level. From our no-pressure sales and service to our great selection and financing options. Whether you're shopping online or in person, you'll see why our team is the #1 Honda dealer in Northern California.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. Starts in Honda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners. It's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all 4 arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. Visit the Good Feet store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Christopher Lott with your Sactown Sports Headlines. Sacramento Kings ended their 3-game road trip with a 123-117 win over the Thunder. Kings starting 5 all scored in double digits in De'Aaron Fox's absence, with Harrison Barnes leading everybody with 29 points. Kings will now come back home and face the Clippers on Friday night. You can listen to the game right here on Sactown Sports. De'Aaron Fox was out last night, but the team thinks he'll be coming back soon, possibly on Friday, according to Chris Peterman of the Sacramento Bee. On Tuesday, Fox underwent an MRI on his sore left wrist that revealed no significant damage. The Lakers are in OKC tonight without LeBron James and D'Angelo Russell, and now they're going to have to add Anthony Davis to that list. He is out with a right foot stress injury. It is 11 o'clock. Now time to get to Deuce and Mo.
live from Sacramento.
It's Deuce and Mo
On Sactown Sports.
We are live. Deuce, Mason, Morgan, Reagan are back after a day off. We have a lot to go over today. The Kings win their 4th in a row, setting up a big weekend coming up at Golden One Center, rematch with the LA Clippers, and then the next night against Minnesota. Oh, and it's a big day at Sactown Sports. Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan, and Chris Watkins in the building.
Oh.
How you guys doing today, huh?
Pretty good.
Morgan's struggling a little bit today.
Hey, you don't have to tell people.
I have a. She said, I have a sinus thing. My head feels like it's gonna.
You want to go?
Yeah, you want to go?
No, just
my face is swollen, dude.
Yeah, it's okay.
It doesn't feel good. Like it hurts.
Well, hey, thanks so much for playing through it.
You know what's funny? Deuce did say to me, because I was like, "Hey, man, like my face is swollen." You know, like I think I was looking for a little bit of sympathy, just like I needed a second. And he was like, "You don't have to do the show. You don't have to do the show. Like I can do the show. I mean, I know how to do a show." And then it kind of bothered me that he didn't even
like,
say that.
I don't really like just how casual it was. Just like, I kind of thought about it. Don't really need you if you don't, if
it wasn't
how
like
would
that.
you not need me?
But
one.
This is what I didn't want. I didn't want it to become like you're like, oh, this is the Morgan sinus infection game. Like you're trying to pull off an MJ flu game or LeBron playing through the pain to beat Dallas the other night. And you're going to make it about yourself. And today should be about the Sacramento Kings. It should be about
typical Morgan.
The big announcement.
It's about the Kings all the time. It's about the big announcements all the time, huh?
another big announcement today. For those who missed it, 9 a.m. it was announced Sactown Sports has reached an agreement with the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, 49ers football on Sactown Sports. That's awesome. Great time. The Kings are popping. The Niners are popping. And they're all under this umbrella. Ella.
Hey.
It's a big deal, though.
I was
And
waiting for you to sing.
we're going to have Matt Maiocco, NBC Sports 49ers Insider. He's in Indianapolis right now for the NFL Scouting Combine. He will be live with us later on in this hour. But yeah, that's a big time deal. That's awesome.
It's huge.
I love Greg Papa.
Oh, no, it's really fun that this is happening. And I mean, I grew up a Niners fan.
I did not. You know,
Same.
Brian,
Oh, yeah, this is
Brian, our
great.
boss, was like, "Hey, Deuce, Deuce and Mo, can you wear some Niners gear?" And I said, I would not be caught dead wearing anything San Francisco 49ers related. I grew up a Cowboys fan. I'm going to put Niners stuff on. I watch the Niners all the time, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Chris Watkins. Let's talk about Chris Watkins.
Let's talk about that guy for a second.
Let's talk about this coward.
Oh,
who won't? No, Chris Watkins. Morgan.
Why is he a coward?
He's a Minnesota Vikings fan.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Literally, the only reason I own this. Shout out Goodwill. Shout out Thrift
And I
Town.
love it.
It's a great
That's the only reason.
Okay.
Only reason. I bought this like years ago, and this was like the perfect situation, you know?
Wait, time out. Why would you buy it if you're a Vikings
I don't
fan?
care.
Really?
If it's cool.
No,
you know?
no.
Especially like this. Like this is like a really
Okay.
vintage.
Okay. And he
Fair.
lives in California. I'll give him that.
He's
for
a
the
hipster.
hipster.
I was a
Vikings
hipster in
and
my high school
Niners
days.
are big rivals.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't
weird.
I don't love them. I will say, you know, I can't.
Yeah.
The Niners definitely have caused me some
That's
some
fair.
like direct pain.
That's
so.
fair. I just had to
It's not
call you
great.
out for that. It's not a big
No,
deal at all.
I agree with you. I mean, I would do the same thing.
But it is a big deal that Greg Papa, Tim Ryan, calls Niners games right here on Sactown Sports. It's a big deal for the station. So cool stuff, and cool stuff for 49ers fans in the Sacramento area.
Yeah, really cool. And I looked for my Niners gear today, but it turns out that I'm a casual the last couple of years, and I don't have it. I don't have it anymore. I had I worked out in a Niners shirt for so long that
Got
then
ruined.
it became like
I have a King
sweaty
shirt like
pit,
that, too,
ugly.
yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not going to be that gross. So no thanks.
Let's talk about what went down last night in OKC. No De'Aaron Fox last night for the Sacramento Kings, trying to beat OKC for the second consecutive game. The Kings get it done. The starters were fabulous. Davion Mitchell got the start. Felt like he played well yesterday. Obviously, getting defensive player of the game chain, but he had 15 points. Hey, you've won 4 in a row now. Out of the All-Star break, they're now 11 games above 500. Just chilling in the number 3 spot right now. Just chilling.
Is it chilling?
What do you guys think about last night's Kings win, Chris?
I mean, it was great. You know, without De'Aaron, you mentioned, you knew, like, all eyes immediately go to Davion once De'Aaron's out. Everyone's trying to see, okay, like you can't really have one of your nights where you're single digits. You kind of have to be a part of the scoring. And it wasn't just him who stepped up. Keegan Murray had a double-double.
Dude, yes.
Kevin Huerter had 20 points, 9 assists for Kevin. And then, Domas just does what Domas does. And, oh, yeah, HB. You forget about HB sometimes.
That's
had
the
a
guy
propensity
that you
to-
have,
Yes,
Chris,
I
you
have
dumped on
Yes,
him.
yeah.
You have taken shot after shot at him.
I have.
And what did he do last night?
He shut me up. He really shut me, like, in a very real way. I mean, the game was tied at 98, 7 minutes to go. You're kind of like, this is usually De'Aaron Fox time.
Yeah.
He's not here. Who's going to step up? This is a lot of unselfish guys. I could have seen it being like it's your turn. No, it's your turn. And it kind of did end up being that way.
Sure.
But I think in that moment, tie game, 7 minutes, that's when HB stepped up. And he had 7 straight points. He had that up and under that was just incredible. He had a couple threes that were very timely.
A nice dunk in there.
Dunk in there. And then, I mentioned it wasn't just him. Davion Mitchell kind of sealed the game with that last mid-range shot there. And it was a real team effort. As corny as it is to say, it really was all the guys coming together and stepping up.
Dude,
I'm corny as hell.
Wow, that's perfect.
It's not even corny, because it's like, I think when you don't have a team full of superstars or stars on one squad. Now they're starting to build a squad of all-stars, which is really cool. But when you don't have that in this league, you better have some damn good team basketball, right? And they're showing, even without one of their best guys out there, that they were capable of executing that. And you start with Harrison Barnes like you just did. It wasn't even how he was so confident out there last night. It was the way that he was just assertive, made quick decisions. And I am just all about Harrison Barnes stepping up, understanding his role in this squad, and knowing when they need it most.
Yeah, HB, by the way, 29 points, 8 of 13, 9 of 10 from the free throw line. That's big time stuff. You guys mentioned like the ball movement, a total team effort. They had 34 assists last night, which is crazy to consider. Like De'Aaron Fox not being in the lineup, everything he creates, even if De'Aaron's not getting double-digit assists, he's good for getting you 7, 8 in a game, and he creates so much ball movement by attacking the paint, getting to his spots, right? Just him being in the game is going to cause the offense to move a little bit better.
Yeah.
34 assists on 43 makes. Our buddy Will Z says that's an assist percentage of 79.1. That's the second highest assist percentage in a game this season.
The second highest assist percentage. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So essentially saying like most of their shots came from assisted passes.
Yeah, not really from the bench. We're not going to talk about the bench right now because the bench.
The benches.
What is that noise?
Trying to stop throw up from coming out of my mouth.
That's so aggressive and rude. That's rude.
I didn't want to talk about it right now. We're talking about a win.
Okay.
No, I thought Harrison was great. And that's the one thing about Harrison is just his ability to get to the free throw line. That dude gets a lot of calls, and he's aggressive with it. And I think he understands, like, all right, I don't need to do this every single night, but I'm capable of doing what's asked. All right, do I need to come out and give you 20 plus? I can do that. Oh, we're in a rut offensively. I need to score a bucket. We need to score a bucket. I can get to the free throw line. And that's been vital for this team.
Yeah, you mentioned I give Harrison flack all the time, and I really do. But the thing that I forget the most is just it's not even just about the scoring. You mentioned he's just such an adult. Like he gets the timely fouls when they really need to slow the game down. He guards the other team's best defenders. He's just always, again, it sounds corny, it sounds cliche, but he's just always doing the dirty stuff. And it might not always be his night to get 30 points, 20 points, but he's always contributing in some fashion. And you have to, Mike Brown's not going to play him if he's not contributing at all.
You say you are one of the ones that give him flack a lot. What is it that you usually are upset or dislike?
It's just the inconsistent scoring, I think, especially in seasons previous where it's like you're the second, third highest paid guy on the team. There's kind of just a certain level of expectation of like, all right, every single night I kind of need you to be contributing 18, 17, 20 points a game. And a lot of the times I just think you could say it's unselfish, but I just think he's not aggressive looking for his shot and being like, all right, like I too need to make sure that I'm getting mine today. And I think there's beauty in that. It allows other people to succeed. It allows Malik Monk to have his games off the bench, Kevin Huerter, Keegan Murray to do their thing. But I think Harrison is just so well-rounded and really like, I can't really name a thing that he is bad at. You know, he's just really good at everything that it's just like, I would just like to see a lot more of that. And like, he's a great finisher. He's he's got that fantastic slow Euro step. He can knock down threes.
He's strong.
He's his strength. He can defend. He can just do so much that I don't expect more. It's just, I want to see him use it all of the time. I want to see him do a little bit of everything all of the time.
I think the old knock, however you want to put it, last season, couple seasons ago, whatever, was that he was brought in to be that second guy.
Because that's who he was in Dallas. In Dallas, he was the guy.
And that's the thing. He was miscast.
And that was not good for him.
Right. You know, it's about your role. You got to put guys in the right position to succeed, and he's succeeding this year because he's in the perfect role.
That is it. And that's why I think this season, you know, sometimes when you see him take a step back, like you're saying, there's something beautiful about it. It allows others to explore their games and develop in a different way. But it was really nice that he understood this moment last night and was like, nope, I got to be that one tonight. I need to be assertive. I need to be, if you want to call it, a little bit more selfish, however you want to define it. He did a great job at that.
Well, the Kings got the win. We're going to take a quick 60-second break on the radio side. We're always live at youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. Who's the one other guy who stepped up in a big way? We'll talk about him coming up next on Deuce and Mo. This is Sactown Sports. YouTube chat, where are we at?
Just turned it off. That's nice. Are we doing a Keon Ellis segment next?
Yes.
Hey, by the way, Bobby Jackson joining us on the show coming up on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Thursday, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, we have a lot of hoops this week. We got the Sac State women's head coach and the men's head coach coming up on Friday.
They're killing
Big
it.
Sky
both of
tournament
them
coming up on Monday.
Right.
But, dude, Sac State has turned it around a bit. It's
Big
fun.
time. Yeah. It's no, go ahead.
Do you think it's because Sacramento has become one of the best places to live in California that more and more people are like, hey, let me migrate that way?
I think it definitely has. It's. I'm sure it's part of Sac State's recruiting pitch for sure. It's like, hey, this place isn't Bakersfield, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can have some fun here.
Yeah.
Oh, more gear being dropped.
Hey, make sure if you're in the
man.
chat, hit that thumbs up button and
Marsh.
subscribe. Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at
no,
this.
not for Deuce, but
Thanks,
thanks. Oh God,
Look
I
at
would
that.
never wear a V-neck. So who wants this?
Oh,
that's nice of Steve.
Wow.
Steve,
Nice.
doesn't he look at me?
Thanks, Steve.
Doesn't Steve know I dress like a little
Wow,
boy?
Steve.
Come
Thanks,
on now.
Steve.
No,
Appreciate it.
this is my style.
Appreciate that, Scott.
Marsh, wait, show yourself. Look at your.
Ooh,
look at
I didn't
these
realize
numbers.
the colors.
Okay.
I love it.
Scott
You're-
Marsh.
Hey, appreciate you. I got
Okay.
my little boy gear.
That's hilarious. All right, stand by.
Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports.
I kind of challenged the guys before the game. I said, we got to get greedy. And, when you're greedy in situations like this, that means you have a chance to be great. Because we could have said, hey, Fox is not playing, SGA is not playing. If we lose this game, it's okay because we're 2-1 on the trip and we're still sitting comfortably in third and go through the motions and let's get back home, But our guys, they came with a little bit of an edge tonight, and so they played greedy. And that's what excites me about this team is, knowing what's at stake and still coming and performing the way that they did and getting the win and finish this trip off the right way gets me really excited about the group.
That's the head coach of the year, Mike Brown, talking after that Kings win in OKC. They got a little greedy last night. Yeah, it's March 1st. How about Chris playing Wake Up? Wake Up. It's the first of the month. Well, Bone Thugs on March 1st.
I like it.
It's March 1st, Morgan and Chris. It's Deuce and Mo, Sactown Sports. It's March 1st, and the Kings are 11 games above 500.
Say it again.
It is March 1st, and the Kings are 11 games above 500.
And you're going to get this work in the postseason.
Yes. Morgan, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month.
Yeah.
Kings get up. I thought you had a song.
Oh,
I was
God.
setting you up like I did last night. No? Okay,
it's
guys.
got to be like.
I'm sorry.
Flu game.
I forgot. It's Morgan's sinus infection game.
Oh my God. I wasn't even going that direction. I was just saying off that song. Like, that's a hard song to go
It's
off
gotten
of.
so bad today that Morgan has now had Chris bring her in some paper towels to wipe her nose. Look, and more Niners gear being thrown in here. Look at that.
Oh my God. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I tell them I dress like a little boy and then they start sending
Nice.
in little boy gear. Thank you.
No, I'm so proud of you, Morgan. I'm so proud of you for being here.
Shut
Anyway,
up. That's
let's.
so mean.
I want to talk more about last night's game. The Kings beat OKC coming out of the break. You beat Portland. You beat the Clippers. You beat OKC twice. Of course, they had no SGA, but the Kings had no Fox. The guy that jumped out to me a lot last night, and I know if you just looked at the box score, you're like, oh, yeah, I mean, double-double, that's nice. 13 points. He had 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I thought Keegan Murray looked great last night. This guy is starting to look like a legit player. I love the fact that we're seeing him bring the ball up the floor.
I was just going to say that.
Running some pick and rolls as a ball handler. dropping dimes, hitting shots, attacking the basket. Who is this guy?
Well, he's one, a rookie. Two, first name Keegan, last name Murray. Three, no, people, he is not a robot. We were talking about this last night, and I was listening to one of the great spaces in the Kings community called Cowbell Talk, and they one of them were talking about Keegan Murray being a robot and that they probably programmed him differently before this game to like start like just an update, making sure to like, you know, put some ball handling within his game. And I think ever since Mike Brown approached him at practice or wherever that conversation went down and said, hey, like you need to work on your ball handling in the offseason. He's like, I can dribble the ball. And with that, just a little bit of communication, a little bit of motivation, I guess you could call it too. Keegan Murray is now showing his ball handling skills, showing how he knows how to utilize and capitalize on his ball handling skills. And I'm loving what we're seeing from the Rook.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll go robot, but like you saying that does make me think it is kind of like a 2K My Career where it's like you play through to earn the XP.
Oh, yeah.
And then as you get that XP, you spend it on things. And then
so he's spending on a little ball handling.
Yeah,
right
a little
now.
bit of ball handling, you know, earlier in the season.
basket.
Yeah, earlier in the season, we
That's
saw
a great example.
something like that. That's more what I'm feeling with Keegan because it is like, you know, the first 10 games, you see him be more of like a spot up shooter. Then after that, he kind of picks up his defense, picks up his rebounding a bit. Like, all right, like, okay, he can do a little bit more. Then he puts the ball on the ground, starts taking some shots off the dribble. You're like, has this been here the whole time? And you just have not wanted to do it?
I think honestly, he is so unselfish. He's just about like, I'll
no,
do
for
whatever
sure.
you want.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, Keegan, you're really
It's
good.
just not about him,
and
right.
you're capable of doing it. Go get yours. I loved late in the shot clock last night. It was the fourth quarter. OKC was just hanging around. They play their young team. They play hard. They were engaged, trying to make a bit of a push. Late in the shot clock, Keegan got the rock with like 3-4 seconds on the shot clock, like getting the grenade. And sometimes guys will panic, not know what to do. And I think Keegan Murray gets that opportunity, I don't know, a month ago. It's a hot potato. He tries to kick it out. Instead, he drove, got a nice mid-range look, scored it.
He's looking at the game differently. He's looking at the basket differently, but I also think he's being empowered by not only the coaches, coaching staff, but his teammates as well. And when you have that with your peers, you're going to feel confident in doing so much more. And I think he really understands how they want to use him out there on the floor. And I think on a game like last night without De'Aaron Fox, not only did he got to show that a little bit more, like step up his role, but I think what he's going to be told now and encouraged to do is like what you did in that game, keep doing, keep having fun and doing that because you make us better when you do that.
How weird is it too? And I was thinking about this yesterday. How rare is it that with a rookie, specifically, he's not he has almost the opposite problem where typically rookies are always trying to do too much. You're trying to scale it back. It's like, all right, like do this, but be more efficient at it. With Keegan, it's the complete opposite. It's okay, you're doing these things. Can you do even more? And like, that's to me seems like a position of power in terms of when you're developing somebody, that's where you want to be is, okay, like as we're teaching you, go show it. Like, don't just try and do everything. And then that's part of playing on a winning team is you're not given the opportunities of turning the ball over 6 times in a game and
Kings
figuring
fans
out all those things.
We'll remember Ben McLemore just got
That's
thrown
exactly
in there,
who I was
right?
thinking of.
And then
Right.
Kawhi Leonard stole his soul.
Twice.
Twice in a row.
Back to back.
One of those classic NBA
imprinted.
moments.
I think that was like the first season of Golden One. That was like one of the first 10 games in Golden One.
Is it a Golden One?
It was in Golden One, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
think it was.
No.
Are you sure? Yeah. You showed the video the other day and I thought it was at Golden One.
Let's bet on this.
Oof.
It was at Arco.
Was it?
It was not at Arco.
You're not
I know
even
for sure it was not at
You're
Arco.
not even
I thought you were
sure.
saying it was in LA.
I'm team Chris Watkins. We're team.
If I'm wrong, I'll cut my hair.
You're cutting your hair today, you son of a gun.
Wait.
Okay.
I'll go full Richard Jefferson.
It's unclear by this. You
It's-
Golden One.
Are we sure?
Wow.
It
Mr.
was the first year of
Competition.
Golden One. You're right.
Wow.
It's not often I mess that up, but you know what? See, A lesson for you, Morgan.
Here we go. Backbone to me. What's up, Deuce?
A lesson for you.
Yeah.
Acknowledging when you're wrong on something. And I was a strong person here, and I went, yeah, you know what? Chris was right.
What? Oh,
it's a lesson for all you out there. Oh, I'm right. Oh,
you're so strong.
Yeah.
Oh, when did
Thank
I?
you, Daddy Deuce.
Thank you.
When did I not accept that I was wrong about something? I always do.
Don't hold back the laugh track, Chris. I do not want this right now. I can't take this. Anyway, yeah, Keegan's. It's been really fun. Also, in the YouTube chat, Leandro had a funny one in here saying Keegan was using that VC to do dribbling drills with T-Mac.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Going to the Chris Brinkley gym. Just you got to unlock. It's a little bit at a time. That's the key too. You can't just you can spend $60 if you want.
Done that? Have you bought VC before? Yeah.
Be honest.
How much have you spent on playing 2K like you just said?
In my life? Or just this? Are we talking
this year? Okay. Well, I would like to know life. It's a lot.
It's a lot of money. It's not like crazy. Like I've not spent in the thousands.
Up to 1,000?
No, I wouldn't say up, but
500?
Probably it's probably near their lifetime. Not this year. This year, but lifetime probably near
Warzone. It's a free game, Warzone. I refuse to spend a dime. Well, they're making money off me. They're selling my personal information. I'm not. No, it's a free game. They're lucky I'm playing it. Wow. That's how I look at it. We have to talk more about the Kings coming up. Appreciate Chris for joining us. Actually, Chris, I need real quick.
Yes.
We even mentioned Davion Mitchell.
Right.
What do you think of his game?
I mean, he stepped up for sure. The was it 15 points, 6 of 10 from the field. His shot looked nice. I thought the real key, the thing that I noticed was with his extended run, you get his defense more, which is obvious, but it's just, notice it's like, all right, if you give Davion 30 minutes, the offense might not be there on a given night, but he's going to make some plays defensively, in some spots where previously
more possessions for him to do that.
Exactly. It just makes sense, but you don't think about it until you actually see him playing. Yesterday, him stripping the ball. The other day, when he pulled the chair against Josh Giddey the other night.
Oh my god.
That was one of the filthiest things I think I've seen all year, because he literally just backpedaled from the 3-point line into the key. Davion got him so bad.
Well, Chris, go enjoy a couple days off here, man.
Yes,
You've been grinding last
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How long? For a long time, but specifically with Salt Lake City and everything. So appreciate you stopping by.
No, thank you guys for having me.
All right, coming up next, we'll talk more about this Kings win. What do you think about the win? And here's a question that I put in the YouTube chat. Whole question. Do you think the Kings can hang on to the number 3 spot? Get in the chat at youtube.com/SactownSports1140 or call us 1-800-920-1140. It's Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports.
Thanks, Chris.
Good job, Chris.
Dude. Yeah. No, appreciate you and your grind and everything that you do.
Grinding. This is easy.
This is the easy part. I feel bad. Oh, thank you. I felt so bad. I didn't mean to be like
this is not it.
No, yeah. No, and I think that the thoughtful, it's thoughtful and everything. I just there's been so many times throughout my life I've been forced to, with team gear, have been forced with the V-neck. Sure. And I think it's triggering.
Well, it's also that shirt would not have fit you.
Right.
And that's not even shade. I know. It was a very.
I thought that. I was like, that's a really.
Yeah. Been whoa, is Morgan trying to be sexy?
You know what? It would have been really funny if I would have put that on.
Yes, you would have been oh my god, I love it.
I'd be walking around like Nick Bosa. I mean, similar bodies.
Very. Oh my god, I was gonna say, whoa, I thought I was standing next to Nick Bosa right now.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
The poll question: can the Kings hang on to the 3rd spot? The options: yes, they can go higher. No, they'll drop but stay in the top 6 and play in. The leader right now is yes.
Bye, Chris. Thank you.
28% people say they can go higher. Wow. Hey, let's give some love to the people watching us live. Can we get to 100 thumbs up? Please.
Please.
Shout out to Roger and Brian, Trevor, Jamar, Leandro, Xavier, Ninja Style. What's up, Jesse? Sway. Hey, B-Ball Jones. What is up? Nice more 916. B. Perry. What's up, Mike Barnbaum? Jimmy. Shreshta. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't even know if I am. I feel bad when I mess up names.
That's the worst. But it's okay. It's hard.
Dale, Jay, Jeremiah. Hey, John. Morgan, can you say hi to T. Wilder?
What up, T. Wilder?
All right, good.
You wildin'.
What about Jonathan?
Jonathan.
What's that Kings fan?
What's that Kings fan?
Also, Free from Aggie let us know Chris Webber's 50th birthday today.
Oh my God. The hottest 50-year-old alive. Truth or trash?
Trash.
Well, yeah, I was going to say
idiot.
I was going to say trash, but yeah, J. Ross is in his 60s now. Is that so? He doesn't qualify. You're right.
Ugh.
Or
Otherwise,
like just a couple more months.
Yeah.
You guys are so mean. J. Ross is like 42, and he will always remain 42.
He is far from 42. I think Carter was in office when the last time he was 42.
Wait, he's like 40s. He's like early 40s, right? Really?
Jason is early 40s.
Is he not?
40s.
Oh, we can't be friends then.
You thought when you were working with him, he was in his early 30s.
He's like 43.
Yeah,
Wait, is he? How old is he now? 50 something?
51?
Jason is
Really?
51.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's smoke show.
Old, so old.
I shouldn't objectify my buddy. Whatever. They're about to shove me in a V-neck.
Sass says the Kings held OKC to 43% shooting. We are better without Fox. Sass, this is when the anti-De'Aaron crowd comes out. Sass, you better be kidding. Do not say that ever again. Will the Clippers rest tomorrow? Dude, it's a good question, Adrian. Are the Clippers are on a back-to-back. Thursday, they play the Warriors. Friday, they play the Kings. I don't know. They also need a win right now.
You would think that if they're going to rest, it would be Thursday, right?
Against the Warriors?
Yeah.
Is that a national TV game, though? I don't know, man. I also think they're at the point where it's like, can they really afford to do this? Like, they need to go out. They've lost 3 in a row. This is a critical time for them. I'm going to look at the schedule real fast. All right. Stand by. Chris has an update. Then back to us. Hit the thumbs up.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Chris Relata with your Sactown Sports headlines. Sacramento Kings ended their 3-game road trip with a 123-117 win over the Thunder last night. Kings starting 5 all scored in double digits in De'Aaron Fox's absence, with Harrison Barnes leading everybody with 29 points. Kings will now come back home and face the Clippers on Friday night. You can listen to the game right here on Sactown Sports. De'Aaron Fox was out last night, but the team thinks he'll be coming back soon, possibly Friday. According to Chris Federman of the Sacramento Bee, on Tuesday, Fox underwent an MRI on his sore left wrist that revealed no significant damage. The Lakers are in OKC tonight without LeBron James and D'Angelo Russell, and now they've got another name to add to the list. They will also be without Anthony Davis with a right stress foot injury. It is 11:30, time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. Now more with Deuce and Mo.
It's Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo.
Sactown Sports.
Well, I think you just got to be more aggressive. I mean, you got one of our all-star point guards out. He averages probably 29, 30 points a game. Even though it's a load offensively, he gets our teammates open also. So I know I had to be extra aggressive tonight.
That was voice of Davion Mitchell stepping up in a big way without De'Aaron Fox in the lineup as the Kings beat OKC. They've won 4 in a row. And late in this season, we are at March 1st, and the Kings, it's looking good.
It's looking
fun right now. So a long way to go. It's going to be a battle down the stretch, but they're in a nice position in the NBA's Western Conference.
So I just got a
Conference.
from the conference. I just got a burrito at Sac Co-op.
Okay.
And the guy that was helping to make it, I always talk to him. He's a Warriors fan. Like, he says he's a Warriors fan, but like, you know, he just thinks he is, whatever. And it's so fun talking about the Kings with people, and the amount of I've known this guy. I've talked to him for over a year and a half now, and the amount of times it's been like, oh man, the Kings are crappy. We're just laughing about the Kings. Ha 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 ha. And now he's like helping me with the burrito. And he's like, dude, that third seat, like, it's the real deal. It's the real thing. And the confidence in other people, in other fan bases, in the Kings, it's just really cool to see.
It is. It's fun to see that we are able to have this conversation. I think before the season, even the most optimistic of people are like, yeah, like, I think that maybe they can get the 6th spot. maybe the play-in would be so fun. And here they're in a nice position in the number 3 spot. Yeah. Could be tough to hold on to it for sure. But hey, you come out of the gate and you handle your business. And I think that's been the most impressive part with the Kings, in my opinion, out of the break, is I feel like their approach has just been right. It just feels like they come out ready to play, and they've won 4 straight. And now the bigger test comes when you got to take on a Clippers team Friday night, maybe looking for revenge, although they'll be on the second night of a back-to-back. Then the next night, the Kings play the T-Wolves. So the Kings will be on the second night of a back-to-back. So will Minnesota. Yeah. They play Friday night against the Lakers. So,
okay.
But hey, this is what it's about.
Wow, Minnesota's playing the Lakers again. Didn't they just play them last night too, and they won? Right? Am I?
No, you're thinking of Memphis. Minnesota beat the Clippers.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that's what it was.
The sinus infections really.
Can you just let me have like brain farts?
Honestly, no. I'm going to call every single one out today. I want to go to Davion Mitchell for a second because we got to him at the end of the segment, but I feel like we got to give him some love. When Fox was out this year, the Kings headed into last night were 1-4 on the season, and there had been games where Davion just didn't give them much at all, and then they go to Delhi, and that wasn't good. They were playing without a point guard. Last night, he hit a couple of threes early. He played aggressive, and for the starters to play that well without the head of the snake, without De'Aaron Fox, was encouraging. I'm curious, what jumped out to you about Davion in his 32 minutes of work?
I mean, I guess we could obviously say the scoring, right? It wasn't like he was just looking to go through the motions and drive the ball in and look for the open man on the outside that is, from beyond the arc or is cutting through the paint. No, Davion Mitchell played this game like a point guard, like a scoring point guard last night. And I think when you look at his 3-point numbers, 3 of 7 from beyond the arc, and his career high is 5 threes made, that's a good 3-point night for Davion Mitchell. So he was looking for he was looking to drive it in. And then defensively, it's not just the way that you see him play on ball. It's the way that he disrupts in help. It's the way that he rotates over. He's always there. You can depend on this guy to fight through a screen. So if you are a big in the game, usually Domas Sabonis, it's you can hedge, but you're going to get back in time because Davion's working his ass off to get through and navigate through that.
Hey, Mike Brown, how do you feel about Davion last night?
You got to take your hat off to Davion. Did a heck of a job on both ends of the floor. He was fantastic for us offensively. He was spectacular defensively. He just set the tone and changed the game when he came back on the floor time after time after time after time.
Yeah, he did. And obviously, what he can bring defensively. Got the defensive player of the game chain. But yeah, I just felt like he played with confidence, and that's the balance you want to see from Davion. I will say this, people go, well, why can't he just do that every night? Dude, I'm telling you, it's an adjustment. One, he gets to play with the starting group. Those starters played together a lot. So Davion's rocking with Kevin Huerter and Keegan, HB, and Sabonis. That makes life a little easier too, right?
Yeah.
But also, normally the whole rotation it's tough for him. He's playing in 3-minute chunks. Well, last night he plays the first 7.5 minutes of the game. So he's allowed to kind of extend out. He's not looking over his shoulder going, all right, is Fox coming back in at the end of the quarter? He's going, I'm going to come out when I need a break. And that's
so
true. That's because I need a rest, and they'll bring Delhi in. He's just playing his game out there. So I guess the question is, how does he get to a point where he's able to make the most out of those 4-minute stints he might get out there?
That's it. And I know we need to talk to some hoopers, some people who have been through it. What needs to change? Is it a mentality thing that needs to change? Is it something about your game in the off season that you need to change to understand what you need to do in short amount of minutes? So to stay ready, and you don't need a minute or a few possessions to get ready on the floor to find your flow. How can you find that flow immediately? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a mindset. So I am curious what it is for Davion that he can alter in his game so he can be more efficient when he just comes off the bench for De'Aaron Fox and it's a 3-minute stint. And that's not easy.
No, it's not. And that's the other thing is you could play him with Fox, but again, he's going to be he's not going to have the ball in his hands a lot, you know? So it's a challenge for him. And I think long term, that's something the Kings have to look at really for him and his career is like, all right, like if he's not able to be maximized here, you may have to move him somewhere else so he can get that opportunity. I think he's a talented player. I think he impacts the game in a variety of ways. Unfortunately, the Kings are in a situation where they have an all-star point guard who's playing the best basketball of his career. And that guy, De'Aaron Fox, is going to give you 35 minutes a night. Yeah. And that's why, though, with Davion Mitchell out there, when he is out there, and if he is ever out there with De'Aaron Fox, like you're saying, he's got to find out what that role for him is out there, what he should be doing, because it is tough at times when they expect him to be this spot up shooter. And it's not like he's going to move without the basketball and they're going to find him on the cut in the middle of the paint. He's one of the smaller guys out there. You know, like what is he really going to contribute cutting through the paint unless he's coming downhill, going full speed with his lane, getting his angles, right? The game's about angles. So I don't know how they make that adjustment. Maybe it is something eventually that just has to do with personnel and him flourishing somewhere else. But I mean, appreciate him while you have him here now, because what he's capable of doing defensively and the way that he stepped up last night for this team tells a lot about him. We're going to be talking a lot of Kings and NBA all day long. There's so many crazy stories going on in the league, including some wild games last night. Kevin Durant makes his debut with the Suns tonight at Charlotte. Sounds like Steph Curry is closer to returning. Ooh. Anthony Davis not playing tonight for the Lakers. They're already without LeBron James, so a lot to go over there. Also, the NFL Draft Combine is going on right now. What would your 40 time be? Like 2 minutes? My 40? What's like the fastest? I like a 4 second, 4 something. Okay, 4, mine would 4, mine would be like 25 seconds. I'm fat and slow right now. Like no, and I'm sorry, not. I'm unhealthy, yeah. Very, very unhealthy and soft and flubby right now. Well, we're going to go to Indianapolis next. Matt Maiocco joins us. It's been a big day. We are now the home of the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. We're going to check in with Matt Maiocco from Indianapolis. It's Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports. Oh, hell yeah.
And just so you know, like Eddie Kingston, Matt can also hear you.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I will not mention that Dellavedova looked a little rough last night. Yeah, no. If we talk bad about Dellavedova, no, we don't. No, he'll might drop off. Yeah, he'll hang up. Yeah. We're in a break, and we cannot have him just drop out if we start talking about Delly's defense or his weird shot or anything like that. Hey, his weird shot went in one time. It went in one time. But man, yeah, he's a liability out there, but a veteran presence in the locker room. Also, there's a weird Ja Morant story going on right now that we got to talk about. He's been accused. No. Wow. Of what? Let's see here. It's in a Washington Post thing. Ja Morant's been accused of 2 additional disturbing encounters besides the Pacers team bus incident, which includes allegedly beating up a 17-year-old boy, and pointing a gun at him. Oh God. This is from the Washington Post right now. So I'm gonna have to skim through this in a bit. Scary. It's actually I don't have a Washington Post subscription. So how are you gonna get it? I don't know. I know. I do too. Washington Post free library subscription. Oh my God, it's so good. Free trial. There we go. Wow. Dude, you're like the best researcher I know. Not a lot of people know how to. What's going on in the YouTube chat? People are talking about Ja. Yeah, Ja's got to clean it up, man. I mean, you hope that those allegations aren't true. It's sad. It's sad is what it is. Oh yeah. No. It's awful on all fronts, right? And especially when it doesn't matter that he's one of the best players in the NBA, just as like a human that is doing so many good things in life. It's really sucks to see someone make these type of mistakes and
I mean, God, and do that to someone else. The 17-year-old.
And this is a long
awful.
story. I'm not even gonna have time to go through it all. Hopefully there's someone else who sums it up that we can talk about some of this.
Where's Frankie? Can Frankie read it? Frankie, go.
Yeah, it's sad when you see players get involved in this stuff. John Morant's one of the most talented players in the league, right? He's a fan favorite.
Yep.
And when you see stories like this, and it's not just one, right? There's been multiple things now where you're like, hey, like we might have to have a little intervention here with him and get him going down a better path, because it's fragile, right?
Yeah.
Like things can fall apart fast. And when we start talking about violence and weapons, that gets scary.
You know, it's wild too, Deuce, because I know we are about to have Matt Maiocco on and talk football. It's like, these are things that he probably hears about so much more covering football because these teams have so many more humans and personalities on their squad. And you see these problems so much more because there's so many more humans to choose from. But in the NBA, it just doesn't come up much. And then even when it comes up with a star, spotlight's going to be on that. Yeah. I mean, Adam Silver is going to lock down. You're better. Do the right thing. Roger Goodell, not so much.
Yeah, let's get to over 100 thumbs up. Appreciate you guys being here in the YouTube feed too. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed. We got Matt Maiocco coming up once we're back from the break in 5 seconds. Stand by.
Live and local.
It's Deuce and Mo.
Watch the show now on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140 or listen for free on the Sactown Sports app.
McCaffrey goes left, Debo goes in motion right. Purdy out of the shotgun. Kittle and Juszczyk right. Ayuk the other side. Handoff McCaffrey. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Oh, get used to that. Greg Papa's voice going to be on this station on Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, whenever the Niners play. Your new home of the San Francisco 49ers is Sactown Sports. I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. We need to go to Indianapolis, though, and check in with a guy who has been covering the 49ers for a long, long time. He's the best. He works for NBC Sports Bay Area. Their Niners insider, Matt Maiocco, joins us from Indianapolis. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great. Just, you almost feel guilty when you come to an event like this if you don't wake up with a hangover. And today I didn't wake up with a hangover, so I'm feeling a little bit guilty.
Dude, that's a win. That's a win.
But I will say this: I nursed a very light beer until like 1:30 in the morning. But there are certain places in Indy during Combine Week where you just you have to put on a neck brace because there's one person to talk to after another, and you're just looking around the room, and then you have those awkward moments where you're stuck talking to someone you really don't need to talk to anymore, and then you see somebody else that, there's an agent I'd like to talk to, and so you try to trade up. But then you also notice that other people talking to you are in the same position. Like, I really don't want to be talking to Maiocco right now. Oh, there's somebody else. I mean, this kind of strange dance that goes on in the restaurants and bar scene here in Indianapolis.
That's interesting.
Wait, I'm really curious. What is your technique to get out of a conversation to try and hit up that agent that you see walking by?
Yeah, a lot of it would be just, I try to be just as upfront as possible. Hey, there's somebody there I really need to talk to. Can we catch up a little bit later?
So mature. I would do a fake phone call.
And then, of course, I mean, that's a lie because, if I see that person later, then I try to avoid them. It's strategic. But I try, I guess my point would be I try to be honest to a point.
Yeah. That's you have to try to be. It's just an awkward situation, though, I feel like, you know what I mean.
But then at the same time, you also notice and you empathize with other people who are like, yeah, I mean, there's somebody over there that I'd rather be talking to than Maiocco. So you kind of let those people out of those as well.
That's great. Well, I mean, with that said, I mean, I'm sure you're talking a lot about Niners stuff with people trying to get a read on maybe their off season, maybe how people are feeling about this team going forward. What's kind of been the vibe around Indianapolis when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers?
Well, I think that everybody kind of felt like this was a team that was built to win and continues to be built to win. And, there's just kind of this snake bit element that the last two seasons, some pretty good rosters that the 49ers have fielded, were basically kind of, they didn't go as far as they could have or should have or wanted to. I think a lot of it, if not all of it, the last two seasons was seasons, playoffs that were derailed because of injuries to the quarterback position. Even though Jimmy Garoppolo didn't miss any time in the postseason a year ago, he clearly wasn't throwing the ball very well at all with the thumb injury and the shoulder injury that would later require surgery. And then, of course, this season, 49ers felt very good about where they were going into that NFC Championship game. And then they lose to the Eagles, and, they might have lost anyway. But, once Brock Purdy went down on the sixth play of the game, they had zero chance. So, no, I think everybody kind of is under the belief that the 49ers are probably not going anywhere, that they do have one of the stronger rosters in all of sports or in all of the NFL. But right now, when you look at it, the major question mark is the quarterback position. In fact, I was talking last night to a friend of mine, conversation that I did not want to get out of, and neither did he, from as far as I could tell. But someone from Boston who told me that, why, or his take on it was, why wouldn't the 49ers do everything in their ability to get Tom Brady? Because this person who knows Brady very well just simply is not convinced that Brady is done playing football. And, I went back and forth a little bit on that. The 49ers have a cap situation. They really do like Brock Purdy. They really do like Trey Lance. But in a lot of ways, as much of an unknown as Brock Purdy is, Trey Lance is even more of an unknown. And, the one thing that I do feel confident in saying is, if the 49ers, or if there was any chance of the 49ers and Tom Brady getting together, it would have to come 100% from the 49ers, because I feel like, and I've been told, that Brady has kind of put himself out there a couple of times previously to come to the 49ers, his hometown team, and he's been given the Heisman in the past. So he's not going to put himself in that position where he's like, hey, I'm thinking about coming back. What do you think? It would have to be the 49ers making a strong push to get Tom Brady. And John Lynch did reveal yesterday that after the announcement that Tom Brady was retiring, he sent him a text, said, congratulations on a great career. And the reply from Tom Brady was the thumbs up emoji.
Ooh, is that a good thing?
No,
I don't think that's a good thing, right? That's like, thanks.
Yeah.
You know what that's like, Mo? That's like someone trying to get out of a conversation in the bar.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. It's definitely like you're just pushing it aside. It's the easiest way to go about responding. But Matt, I think we were talking to you right before the NFC Championship game, and we were all on board with Brock Purdy being the future. We were all talking about him being the future. Is it mostly the injury that is the biggest question mark, or is it are people still questioning his ability to play because of his youth?
I think it's the injury. I think that because the 49ers really like him, and they liked him before he even got on the field. And I had heard that how much they liked him, and they had told me how much they liked him, but I wasn't sold that they liked him. I didn't know if it was just kind of talk, trying to make themselves feel good about him, knowing that he probably would never get on the field. And so they'd never really have that chance to be proven right or wrong. But once he played, he was impressive. There's no question about it. I thought he played exceptionally well. And it wasn't that he made some wow plays, mostly kind of running around and buying time and keeping his eyes downfield, but they were just so efficient with him. But now you're talking about a severe injury for anybody who throws for a living. It's not as serious. It's not as concerning if it were a baseball pitcher. But the guy performing the surgery, Dr. Keith Meister, he's the team physician for the Texas Rangers. It's still, a lengthy rehab, and they're hoping to meet up in Arizona this week. I think he's going to be there. What's today? Is today the 1st?
Yes, March 1st.
Okay, so I think Meister will be in Arizona on the 2nd, so tomorrow, and then that's when they'll probably meet up. And if it looks good, they're going to get an MRI. If the inflammation is down and Meister feels good about performing that surgery, then on the 6th or the 8th, they'll head to Arlington, Texas, and have the surgery. And then once that surgery happens, and they're expecting it to be that internal brace that I'm sure you've talked about a little bit. So it's not the full-fledged Tommy John surgery, but they're thinking it would be a 6-month rehab. But that clock doesn't start on 6 months until he has the surgery. And what happens in the meantime? It's going to be all Trey Lance all the time. They'll bring in a veteran guy, but I don't expect it to be Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr or you name the quarterback.
Maybe Jimmy G, bring him back again. Huh?
I think that ship has sailed.
I would think so.
But I think I've said that each of the past 2 off seasons as well. But I think this time it's looking like that ship has sailed. But it's about what if the 6-month timetable is accurate. What does that mean? It means Brock Purdy won't be cleared until after the preseason games leading into the regular season. So the 49ers are in a difficult position. I just wrote a story. John Lynch told me on my podcast, 49ers Talk, that he loves their quarterback situation. They really like Brock Purdy and Trey Lance. But objectively, when you look at it, that is the major question that's still concerning this team, because as well as Purdy played, as much talent as Trey Lance has, those guys are still virtually unknown.
It's just fascinating for a team that's this talented that has this question kind of hanging over them right now. Matt, how long are you in Indy for?
I'm leaving tomorrow morning. So I got here Monday night.
Man.
Visited my daughter at University of New Hampshire last weekend. Made the trip over from Boston on Monday, and then just spent a couple days here. What would it be? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 3 days in Indy, and then heading back tomorrow morning.
Ooh, a hungover flight home for Matt. Because he's going hard tonight, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I feel guilty. I feel like I'm not giving my company all it's signed up for if I wake up without a headache.
Do the right thing.
Yeah, good chance to bounce back tonight. Matt, thank you so much for hanging out with us for a few minutes. We appreciate it, man.
All right, Deuce Mo, thank you so much.
Thanks,
That's the one and only Matt Maiocco from Indianapolis. Interesting stuff on the Niners quarterback there.
I know.
Tom Brady. Huh?
Stop.
Oh, man.
You only get a double click. Thumbs up.
Also, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you missed it, Sactown Sports. Now you're home of the San Francisco 49ers. Coming up next, though, we got to shift gears. The Kings coming off a win in OKC. They've won 4 in a row. And what else is going around the NBA? KD. Making his son's debut tonight. No Anthony Davis. Steph Curry getting closer to returning. The West is wild. It's Deuce and Mo. It's Sactown Sports. What is up? Yeah, hit the thumbs up. It's not actually doing the emoji in the chat. There's a thumbs up below the title that you click the like button or thumbs up. And it helps the channel grow. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to subscribe too.
Yeah, thank you guys. Ugh, I love Matt Maiocco, by the way. He's such a nice guy. And I love that he's just like, hey, honesty's the best way to get out of those conversations where I'm like, oh, I panic. I have anxiety attacks.
I am really bad at this because, at Summer League, we're we're bouncing around.
Yeah.
I
think you're good at this, but
I'm always like on the lookout. Like if Morgan's taking over a conversation, I'm scanning.
He'll go.
I'm a hawk.
Yeah. And he'll leave me behind, but it's like we do it for each other, we're teammates and like and it's like if it's gonna help us out.
Oh, hey, look, it's Kevin O'Connor. Just flying there.
Well, now KOC is a friend. So now that
hey Corey, no tinkle time. I think I'm good right now. I think.
Wow.
Although you saying it makes me want to.
Yeah, why don't you just go tinkle?
No. We're powering through. We got some Kings basketball to talk about.
Yeah, but like doesn't peeing make you feel better? You know what's the worst thing about this, Chris? Because I'm not going to tell Deuce because he'll like be mean. Every time you see my eyes squint up, it's because whatever's happening inside my face wants to sneeze, but it won't sneeze. So then it just all comes up. Oh, and yesterday I sneezed out blood. So, so if I sneeze today, watch out.
That's the beginning of one of those pandemic movies.
Oh my God.
Like Contagion.
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry. We just got an AEW email. She got one too. Did you want to go to Dynamite on Wednesday? But like via credential?
I do, but I've got a ticket for it.
Okay.
Oh.
I guess I'm wondering where the credential seats would be at that event.
I'm guessing it's gonna be like on the camera side.
Oh. Up.
Yeah.
Up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris. Up? I'm Mr. Ringside. I
know.
Mr. Ring.
I may just buy ringside seats.
Ooh.
To which thing?
Dynamite. I just got word back because Chris is going to Revolution on Sunday.
Aren't you?
No, I asked for a credential last minute, and the person was like, "Well, we typically only do one credential per outlet, but check back in with me Friday." So
okay.
So we'll see. I might be.
John's a cool guy, so.
Yeah, he is.
It's like, do you want the best people there?
Who's been promoting AEW all week? All of us, right?
I mean, who bought ringside tickets and went to New York just to see them? You know,
who's wearing a Young Bucks shirt right now?
Yeah, we are. We are.
We talked about it a little bit yesterday while you guys were out. Did you see Hassan Minaj with Giannis?
I saw it, but I didn't actually click and hear it because I didn't have time. But I want to. Let's just play it today. What?
Not only was the Ben McLemore thing at Golden One Center.
Yeah.
Casey texted me and said it was the first game at Golden One Center. The first game ever.
No. Who texts you?
Casey. How could I forget? Who's Casey? Are you kidding me? Kenny.
Oh, KC. I thought in my mind.
Casey, CACEY.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know a KC. KC.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. Did he know that or did he look that up?
Oh, he knew that.
Oh, Kenny. Yeah, I think we should play the Giannis thing only if it was. I mean, it's not all visuals, right? Like it would sound good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we played it yesterday, so.
Oh, I was like, we did? I wasn't. Yeah.
They played it yesterday, Mo. Struggling over there.
Hey, I'm fine. I don't know. I wasn't this bad yesterday. Just
you're trying to sell it a little bit. It's good. It's fine. That's fine. How are they not? I don't get this. Dynamite's not on. It's on stuff.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Chris Verlad with your Sactown Sports headlines. Sacramento Kings ended their 3-game road trip with a 123-117 win over the Thunder last night. Kings starting 5 all scored in double digits in De'Aaron Fox's absence, with Harrison Barnes leading everybody with 29 points. Kings will now come back home and face the Clippers on Friday night. You can listen to Friday's game right here on Sactown Sports. De'Aaron Fox was out last night, but the team thinks he'll be coming back soon, possibly on Friday. According to Chris Biederman of the Sacramento Bee, on Tuesday, Fox underwent an MRI on his sore left wrist that revealed no significant damage. The Lakers are in OKC tonight without LeBron James and D'Angelo Russell. The new name to be added is Anthony Davis. He will be out with a right foot stress injury. It's 12 o'clock. Time to get back to Deuce and Mo.
It's Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports.
Deuce Mason, Morgan, Reagan, live Monday through Friday from 11 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. It's been a fast first hour, Morgan Reagan, even though you're battling through this sinus infection.
You're the one that keeps bringing it up.
It's been inspiring.
Oh, has it? Yeah. Why? Why? Because like my face is puffy and I'm like somehow looking through.
It's tough. No, I'm just proud of you.
You know what's funny?
What?
No,
I'm being genuine.
I know you want me to be genuine. Let me be genuine.
No.
Yeah, no, please. Let me be genuine.
Thank you, Daddy Deuce.
Yeah,
Yes.
please. When you go to the dentist and have like a teeth cleaning, you say that you're playing hurt.
I'm sorry. No, that is not true.
It isn't.
That is not
No,
true.
it's
teeth
not.
cleaning.
Correct. How many times have you gone to the dentist and you're like, oh, guys, I'm playing hurt today. Oh my God, my elbow's bruised. I'm playing hurt today. Like, I didn't once mention I'm playing hurt. You did. My face is all puffy and swollen.
Morgan sounded normal before the show, and then the mic comes on.
I sounded normal.
The mic comes on. Hey, I'm fighting through it. Yeah, dear, and hopefully he'll be back Friday against the Clippers.
Is that what I sound like?
Honestly, a little bit. I think Chris agrees with that.
No.
And Chris agrees with you a lot. Thank you, Chris.
I would say I'm pretty 50-50.
Thank you.
Come on.
I think I am.
Oh my God, I hate him.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Kings have won 4 in a row out of the All-Star break. You're looking around the NBA too last night. They're starting to get some separation in the standings. When you look at the Western Conference standings, they're in that number 3 spot right now. They have a 3.5 game lead on the Phoenix Suns, who get Durant back tonight. Golden State's making a little bit of a push here. They've won 3 in a row. We're getting some news today from Woj that Steph is closer to returning for the Golden State Warriors. According to him, sounds like he might return sometime on next week's 3-game road trip for the Warriors that begins Sunday against the Lakers. So he could be back soon. They're going to make a bit of a push here. And they won last night. They jumped from the play-in spot to now the 5th spot. The Clippers, meanwhile, they're tied technically with Golden State, but they're in the 6th spot. And the Kings have a 4.5 game lead on both the Warriors and the Clippers.
It's a great job building that cushion.
Yeah. See, she's doing it. She was like, I sound normal for too long. Let me
You're such
go ahead.
Great job
Yeah.
building that cushion. Because it is, I don't want to say I'm like fearful or I'm nervous about the Warriors, because we've seen their team look very different, right?
Yeah.
They do look different. But the postseason is a whole different breed of games. It's a whole different type of game, Deuce. And that's when experience comes in. That's when you can factor in so many different things for the teams that have played that, plus the weapon of Steph Curry that is healthy. That's when things get a little scarier. That's fine. I don't care. I just need the Kings to remain in the top 6.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the Warriors, they have won 3 in a row, and anytime you win games without Steph, to me, that's a huge thing for them. Also, Wiggins is still out with a personal issue. It's been a minute for him, and you just hope everything's okay with him and his family. Their last 3 wins, just for perspective, though, the Rockets, Minnesota, and then Portland.
I mean, they're wins.
They're wins. You're right.
You got to get the wins.
You're right.
Like we just said that without Steph.
And Klay Thompson has been playing great basketball. I think people are so quick to bury the guy. Like he's never going to be able to be the same. But dude, I mean, for him without Steph to drop 42 in a game last night, he had another big night, or well, that wasn't last night. Against Minnesota, he had 32 points. He's been playing some nice basketball. Jordan Poole had a nice game last night for them. I mean, it's significant that they're hanging in there in the Western Conference. But I still look at that team overall, and I'm like, I think the fear with them trying to catch the Kings is just, oh, it's the Warriors. That's the reason. Because even if we've watched the Warriors play, even with Steph, they're not imposing. Like, their defense is nowhere near as good.
Sure.
They're not the same team as last year. They're not. They lost so many key guys, from Damian Lee to Otto Porter to Bielitsa, right? They have Gary Payton II, who's now back with them, but he's not even playing.
Yeah.
So they might be able to hang in there, and they're going to win some games. They're going to be in the mix in the play-in or playoff spot. I just don't envision them catching the Kings.
Well, not only did they lose those guys, you look at the rest of their roster, a year that Steph Curry is dealing with injuries. And as he gets older, there's been some seasons and the start of his career as well. But then as he gets older, you're seeing some of the other injuries that have come along. Klay Thompson, I know, like you just said, people always talking about he'll never be the same, but it doesn't mean that he can't be an all-star caliber player again in this league. Like he's been pushing through, battling through, and then obviously stepping up as of late for his team. And then Draymond Green's the big one, because you look at his game and the inconsistencies to the drama in the beginning of the season to punching someone in the face on his team, all those little things that come into play for a team that was vibing off of good culture and some very, very elite pieces. They don't have that right now, right?
And then the other thing that Patrick just brought up about them,
what?
Their road record. The Warriors are 7-23 on the road. This is not the same team. So, like, I guess I'm just in that point where, I'm not ignoring them. I'm not downplaying what they've achieved. And I know they're a dangerous team, especially if they got in. But I'm not as fearful as I have been in the past when it comes to that group. I just don't think, like, some of the chemistry stuff, older Steph has been getting banged up left and right.
But see,
I don't trust these things.
But I'm more fearful as they do get healthy, as they do find their rhythm again, because it's the same thing with the Clippers.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that with them in a postseason, their Kawhi's been playing out of his mind. They've been all playing together on the floor together to start building that chemistry and the identity of their team.
It's really interesting you say that. The Clippers, I thought after the trade deadline, they actually got handed the NBA trophy. Like, it was there. They hung a banner after the trade deadline because everyone told me that they're winning a championship now because Kawhi was back and they're deep. I thought they had won it all.
Yeah, no.
How many games have they won recently?
Like what, 2?
They've lost 3 in a row.
Or lost 3 in a row. So they've
lost 3 in a row, including last night.
Not won any since the All-Star break?
No.
Wow.
I don't think so.
Well, no, that would make sense. Because no, you're right. We were looking at that last night, and it was 3 in a row that they've lost, and the Kings have played 4. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm so sick. Yeah, but I think that's why when I do say fearful of the Golden State Warriors, they have year after year, Deuce, shown what they can do late in a season. And that you can't count that out until they prove otherwise, right? It's the same thing. Why do you guys think we talk about the Los Angeles Lakers after this trade deadline? Like, oh, could this be the thing that helps them climb back into a play-in spot or into the playoffs? I mean, that's the narrative around ESPN, obviously. But the reason why we talk like that is because when you still have LeBron James, who plays at such a high level, and Anthony Davis, who plays elite when healthy.
He's not playing tonight, by the way.
And he's not playing tonight, and I'm doing the air quotes when healthy because we always preface his game with that. It's tough to count some of these teams out. I think we're finally getting to the point in our analysis with like LeBron James. You can start counting that out.
Yeah.
But with Steph Curry in the Warriors system, I'm not ready to count that out late in the season, no matter where they're at.
Also, a couple of things to mention though with that is like we always talk about the game lead that the Kings have.
Yeah.
But as someone in the chat was just pointing out, you have to look at the loss column too. The Kings only have 25 losses The Warriors have 30. The Clippers have 31. Dallas has 31. Minnesota has 32. Utah has 32. So that gap is increasing, which is significant too.
Yeah.
You got 2 big games coming up this weekend. We got so much more to talk about with this. I'm curious from the people, from Kings fans out there, how confident are you that the Kings now, with what you have seen coming out of the All-Star break, can hold on to that number 3 spot? Is someone out there going, I think they can go higher?
Oh,
could they get the number 2 seed? Or are you concerned about them dropping? We're going to talk about it. We're back in 60 seconds on the radio side, always live at youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
I mean, if this jaw thing comes into play,
yeah,
it won't. It won't. And I mean, yeah, you can't speculate either. Got to read the Washington Post story.
It's a long story.
20 pages long.
Sonya Deville was arrested on a firearm charge.
Who?
Sonya Deville.
For WWE Morgan.
Oh.
Cash.
Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville. When you couldn't find her, nobody will.
What is that?
Cruella Deville.
Oh.
Is that the movie Cruella Deville or the...
I never saw that movie.
No. I saw like what the open was, and it was horrific.
Of the Cruella Deville, the movie?
Yeah.
With Emma Stone?
Yeah.
Really?
Like
scary?
A bunch of Dalmatians like
slaughtered?
Pushed her mom over a cliff.
Are you being serious?
I mean, I'm serious.
Wait. What?
That's why she wants a coat of dogs.
Why would Dalmatians push her mom over the cliff in the first place? No. We need to talk about
Deuce and Mo on your local sports leader.
Sactown Sports.
Under pressure, but the Kings break it. Getting into the front court, Sabonis to a trailing Davion, passes up a 3, goes to Herter, and Herter buries the triple.
Ooh, good to see Kevin Herter bounce back offensively last night.
Ooh.
He had 20 points. He had 9 dimes, too.
Yeah.
King starters were rolling. It was really good to see. The ball movement was there. They won a game without De'Aaron Fox.
Hey-o.
Really good to see. Could that get Kevin Herter out of his funk?
I think we need to get past the point, because I've done it ever since he was in a funk, of, is this going to be the game? Is this going to be the all-star trip that makes him gain his confidence back? We got to stop. He is where he is, and he is going to slowly keep finding his groove, even if it's not going to be back at that high level of shooting that he was at to start the season. That's okay. You don't necessarily need that, right? Especially if it's...
You need him shooting higher than 28%, though.
That's
from
okay.
3.
No, and that's fair. And that's why I'm saying climbing back into that realm of shooting better, but maybe just not shooting 50% from 3-point land. And Deuce, he's doing other things well. And I know we talked about this a little bit last night, how teams seek him out on the defensive end. And it's not so much because he's not capable of playing defense. He's long. He is a high IQ defensive player. He gets his hands in the passing lane. He'll stay vertical. It's just mostly his lateral movement. You know, it's a game of angles, and they go at him and they can beat him on that.
Well, he ends up shooting 8 of 14 last night, which is good, right? Over
Great.
50%, 2 of 6 from 3. He also had 9 assists for the Kings to go along with his 20 points and 4 rebounds.
Okay.
Our poll question, youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. Shout out to our YouTube people hanging out with us today as we continue to try to grow the Sactown Sports page. We're live and local from 6A to 6P, Monday through Friday. I put a poll question up before the show, Morgan. Can the Kings hang on to the 3rd spot in the NBA's Western Conference? Here are the options.
Okay.
Yes. Option 2. They can go higher.
Ooh.
Option 3. No, they'll drop, but they're going to stay in the top 6. And then the last option was playing.
Oh, is that how they said it too?
Yeah. If you think the Kings are going to be playing.
Well, I thought that to start the season, but yeah.
The winner right now.
What'd you pick?
Wow, I didn't think about it. I do not think they're going to be in the number 3 spot. I think the schedule's challenging. They're going to be in the top 6. I don't think it's going to be a far drop. I guess I am most concerned about the Phoenix Suns, who are right there. You play them right, and Kevin Durant makes his debut tonight. And maybe it's just like, look, we always assume you add these players to the mix, they're going to take off, it's going to be smooth sailing. Look what's happening in Dallas right now, where the Mavs are 1-4 when Luka and Kyrie play. Like, they're struggling.
You got sausage arms and cankles.
Was that about Luka?
Oh my
Chris,
God.
just so you guys know, Chris Verlod fat shames Luka
so bad. So bad.
Yeah.
I love that Chris just smiled.
He knows it. He knows it.
That's our guy Hassan Minaj.
Oh, nice.
Was he talking about Luka?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
He was trying to get Giannis to trash talk different players in the NBA.
I love it. Yeah, I love that.
Oh.
Well, 59% people say yes, they can hold on to it.
Okay.
I'm not going to say, because I'm not as strong on it. Like, would
That's
it shock me if they stayed number 3? No, because there's some separation. If they drop, in my opinion, it's not going to be like, oh my God, they're going to hang on. I think they maybe drop a spot or 2. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think for a little bit when we were saying, oh my God, the Kings are in the 3rd spot, those moments felt unreal. Like, yeah, it's going to drop. It's going to drop. Since the All-Star break, Deuce, I've been feeling a different type of confidence in this team, which could be a little bit prisoner of the moment, but I think it's eye test too. What we are witnessing with the Kings, with De'Aaron Fox, without De'Aaron Fox, is on a different level of basketball consistently now through a little patch of games.
I think the other thing with last night's win specifically, they won 123-117. The starters were fantastic, but there was a stretch in the game they could not score with the bench. The bench was awful. The bench shot like 29%. They also had 9 turnovers. They did not play a perfect game yesterday. Still, as a team, shot 52%.
Yep.
They did not shoot well from 3. They were 15 of 42. They got to the line 30 times last night. It was kind of ugly, but they won and they still put up 123 points, which just shows you like, all right, they could still win games that way. OKC only shot 44% from the field too.
So when you and I were talking about this and we were talking about the game and you started with the negative, you were like, Morgan, this bench, what?
I didn't start the show that way. I just brought it up to you.
No. And I'm not saying you started the show. I'm saying like when you and I talked before the show, it was Morgan, this bench, like you seemed down. And then you started talking about all the good. And I'm like, okay, he's still happy about the good. But the bad, the flaws from last night, what was your least favorite part about those flaws?
The bench.
I know, but what about the bench?
All of it. That OKC Thunder go, we're going to go ahead in the 3-2 zone. And the Kings were flummoxed. It was like they had never seen anything like that before. And the whole thing with Delly being on the roster, in my opinion, is, hey, he knows Mike Brown. He's a veteran presence. He knows how to run a team, right? He's a vet. Like, if you need him out there, he can go out there and at least orchestrate an offense, get you into your stuff, make something happen. He's not going to be able to score a lot, but maybe he can knock down open 3 with that weird shot of his. He was awful.
Yep.
And I'm not denying that his impact on the team in the locker room. I think he's a great guy, veteran guy. Everyone you talk to around the league loves Matthew Dellavedova. But in this situation, when Fox is out, that much of a drop off when you went to your bench almost cost you the game last night, right? And I just want in that situation, I'm like, hey, bench, you only made 6 shots last night.
Hey, bench.
All right. And most of the attempts they shot, the majority of the attempts were from 3. They were settling, and I was disappointed that a veteran point guard could not get the team organized and be like, 3-2 zone. This is what we need to do. Be vocal out there. Attack the gaps. This is not like a new defense that you've never seen in your life. Sure, it may take a couple of plays to adjust, but there has to be an adjustment. And I felt like they settled. I felt like they were disorganized, and that can't happen.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And it just feels like that drop-off is very much exposed. Obviously, when De'Aaron Fox is out, things are going to be different. But when your starting unit still ends up producing at a high level like they were doing last night, why wasn't that contagious? Why wasn't that going through to the second unit?
Well, I mean, it's not a virus. It's not like, hey.
Or is it?
Keegan and HB are playing well. Get it all over Della Vadova.
They didn't cough enough. They didn't sneeze enough. They didn't pass
contagious.
along. No, but and I guess what I'm saying when I do say that, I'm saying more by setting the tone and being like, hey, this is how we're attacking the gaps. This is how we're attacking the zone. This is how we're getting points. Like, continue to play like this. This is going to be our identity against this matchup. And it's like they just weren't doing that. And you had mentioned something about Malik Monk that I'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah, we have a lot more to talk about with the Kings. We're live until 2 p.m., right? We still got story time with Christopher Lott. We still have what Fox and HB had to say about Mike Brown, but what Vivek had to say about Mike Brown, too. Let's check in with our buddy Nick. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Deuce and Mo. What's up?
What's up, dude?
Well, I do want to say, that tomorrow the Clippers and Warriors play tomorrow. I'll be watching that game.
Yeah.
Because I need to watch and pay attention to that game. I need to watch because we're playing them Friday. So I want the Warriors to blow out the Clippers so we can win on Friday. Why not win on Friday? You like the beam.
Why not win on Friday?
What do you want to do to the Clippers?
I want the Clippers to get blowed out.
Yes.
Nice.
The Warriors are going to clip the Clippers tomorrow.
I love it, Nick. Anything else?
All
right, light the beam.
And Morgan, are you doing pregame, Morgan, Friday?
I'm doing pregame Friday and Saturday.
All right, Nick. Friday and Saturday. All
Sleep
right, Nick.
beams.
All right, let's squeeze in David. Hey, David.
Hey, guys, let's go 3-seed all day, baby.
Ooh, okay.
You know what? I like that mindset. It's what Mike Brown says. Let's get greedy and get the 3 seed. Why are you confident that the Kings can stay in the 3 spot?
Because we've been there for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Why stop now?
You know what? It's fair.
Why not?
It's a good point. It's like, no, they've been there, and we talked about like, oh, can they keep this going? The rest of the West has not found a sustained success, right?
Yeah.
You see these glimpses from the other teams, but really, who have been the most consistent teams this year in the NBA? Denver and Sacramento. In the West, Denver and Sacramento. They've really kind of stayed in that. I mean, I guess you could put Memphis in there too, but they've had their skids. Sacramento hasn't had any crazy long losing skid. Their longest losing skid came the first 4 games of the season when they were 0-4. They have not lost 3 in a row since late November.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, David, you got me amped.
We've already beat Denver and Memphis. So we've already proven that we can do it.
Well, the only thing I would say there is those teams were shorthanded too, right? When you played them. But yeah, it's a test. It's going to be a test. And I try to be realistic with this. I'm enjoying the ride. I'm not sitting here going, oh, this team's going to go win a championship this year. I don't think that. I don't. And they don't need to. But I'd love for them to be in a position, have a top 4 seed, get that home court advantage, and get that place rocking at Golden One Center.
Hey, I'm with Nick. Why not?
Yeah! Why not? Why not stick with us? We're going to be back in just a few minutes. You like that? Okay.
I do it.
We're always live at youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. We'll be in the chatting during the break. We'll be back in a few minutes. This is Sactown Sports.
Tinkle time. Oh, finally. I knew you would go. My goodness. All right. What's up, party people? How are we doing today? So basically, we know we're going to be talking about Malik Monk next. Just waiting for the door to shut. Okay, here we go. She's not even sick. Are you ready for this, Chris? Okay, ready. 3, 2. I'm unzipping my pants. Bump, banana. I've got to go pee. Bump, banana. I've really got to urinate. Where's the toilet? And if I can make it there, I can flush it anywhere. It's up to me to go pee, go pee.
I think that might be the best one so far.
I think it's like the little sinus infection voice is like, bump, yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. And I recorded it while I was in the car, like we were saying, because I was like, I don't want to forget this one. This is a good beat. This is a good beat to drop a P song. What's up, Deuce?
I know Morgan's been
doing what?
Really pushing over this whole I don't feel well thing.
Oh.
How about what I'm dealing with? Do you see
Here we go.
Do you see this huge red thing on my nose?
Wait.
That's a zit coming in. It's just a giant zit on my nose.
Deuce, wait, no. That looks painful.
Okay.
Don't touch it, dude. No, that looks awful. Like, I don't think it's even going to...
That's rude.
Rude. You look like Rudolph.
That's rude.
You look like... Chris, you got to see this. It's... This side of your nose, you can't tell. But when... No, turn the other way.
I'm done with you.
Okay. Oh. I don't know why. Oh my god. Jesse 916. Yeah. I don't care that you're making fun of me. I don't care. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a giant pimple on his nose.
We've just gone completely sixth grade, haven't we?
Oh my god. I hate my life.
Patrick says we can all see it as well. Yeah, I'll give you guys a good glimpse of this. Look at this thing.
Wait.
Oh wait. Is that
Let me see. Hold on. Just stay right there. Yeah, no, I mean, you can't really tell.
It hurts.
It looks painful. And
it's one of those that won't pop though. You know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying. It's not going you gotta just don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Can you get us let's get to 175, the thumbs up. Appreciate that.
Someone said, damn, they throwing shots at each other.
Oh yeah. This is what we do. I am working all angles right now to figure out ringside for AEW Dynamite on Wednesday.
It looks pretty sold out on the floor.
Sold out?
Really?
It's never sold out.
It's never sold out.
I'm working the connections. Right? Sometimes they hold seats back until day of show. So, I mean, honestly, don't they want someone of my stature in the building?
No one knows who you are.
AEW, if you're listening, I'm an amazing fan. You want me there on the floor. I cheer all the good guys. I boo all the bad guys.
I understand.
Well, here's what I'll say.
Oh, here we go.
WWE would give me a ringside.
Yeah, because
they have.
Because they're available.
No, it is kind of weird. It is kind of weird.
All right.
Town Sports
Headlines.
I'm Christopher Ladd with your Sactown Sports headlines. Sacramento Kings ended their 3-game road trip with a 123-117 win over the Thunder. Kings starting 5 all scored in double digits in De'Aaron Fox's absence, with Harrison Barnes leading everybody with 29 points. Kings will now come back home and face the Clippers on Friday. You can listen to that game right here on Sactown Sports. De'Aaron Fox was out last night, but the team thinks he will be coming back soon, possibly on Friday, according to Chris Peterman of the Sacramento Bee. On Tuesday, Fox underwent an MRI on his sore left wrist that revealed no significant damage. Lakers are in OKC tonight without LeBron James and D'Angelo Russell, and now you can add Anthony Davis to that list. He is out tonight with a right foot stress injury. Now time for more Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports.
Okay.
Come on, me, Morgan.
Yeah, what's going on over here, huh?
Just digging a kind of larger hole for the Lakers.
Oh.
It's
You got to
so
dig it.
over.
I mean, you got Anthony Davis. You got to make it a little bigger than that.
Rest in.
You did do that before the trade deadline. Then the trade deadline happened. You're like, whoa, maybe I shouldn't have. And now you're like,
here's what I would say.
There you
I
go.
buried them before the trade deadline. I buried the Lakers, and then they did the whole Undertaker put their hand up and kind of peek through. And then you know what I did? I took the shovel. Boom! Hit him in the head. It is official. You don't need anyone else to tell you. I don't need Tristan Thompson going on ESPN going,
what an idiot.
they're going to make the Western Conference Finals. No. LA Lakers, you made the moves. You made all the trades, but your guys can't stay healthy. I don't want to hear you talking about, I want to get the 6th spot so I can play the Kings in the first round.
Yeah.
You're not getting there. It is all over. 2022, 2023 Los Angeles Lakers. Rest in peace. LeBron, your title hopes have ended. Anthony Davis, you'll be watching the playoffs at home. Ooh.
I could honestly watch about 25 minutes straight of this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No. But what's next?
That's it.
Oh.
That's all I had for you. Honestly, here's what I'm going to tell you right now.
What?
I grabbed I'm going to go grab another shovel to bring it nearby for the Mavs.
What? No.
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on. When you bury the Mavs, you're talking like they're in the play-in still.
This is going to be a fascinating thing with Dallas. They're 1-4 now, right?
Fascinating.
1-4 when Kyrie and Luka play.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put it all on that trade, right? Because I think those two guys are really talented offensive players. But this is what we were talking about after the deadline. Yeah, they're going to be tough offensively, but they're not going to be able to stop anyone. They have no interior presence offensively or defensively. They are a flawed team. Luka is still not in good shape. He still argues all the time. It was his birthday. Happy 24th.
Happy 24th.
He's going to be a great player. He's a great player now, but it takes another level to win a championship.
Sure.
He's not there, and the Mavs are going to be eliminated early this year.
By the way, when we talk about Luka like this is out of the utmost respect for his talents, the special player he is, because
He's got sausage arms and cankles.
And yes, he does need to get in better shape because he has sausage arms and cankles right now, but he's going to be humbled by this experience. And the only reason why I talk about this like I ever want it to happen is because I am a huge NBA fan. I'm a huge basketball fan. And when there's something as great as Luka in your league that you enjoy watching at that age, you do want to see him excel to his highest level. In some ways, as a Kings fan, no, you don't want to see it. But truly, as a basketball fan, yes, it's something I want to see. And I think this is going to be the year that it really breaks him to try and do something different in offseason. And if he doesn't, Deuce, then it's really going to be something different because I don't think Kyrie's going to be with him.
Well, that's the thing. You made this trade thinking that, we just paired these guys together. They're going to stay long-term, and maybe they will. Maybe they'll figure it out and be a pair together, but you still have to put a team around.
Yeah.
And that's a challenge. Dallas has not shown in the past that they can attract legitimate free agents. And there's going to be suitors for Kyrie. Like LeBron, especially if this year goes the way it's looking for the Lakers, and he's looking at the calendar going, it's ticking. I'm getting older. It's 2023-24 season. I want to win another ring. He's going to be doing the hard push on Kyrie Irving. Maybe KD in Phoenix.
So we talk about the hard push for Kyrie, and I mentioned this to you last night, and everyone can call me crazy, and I just really don't care at all.
Oh, you're loco, man.
How do you even have these so quick? So I look at LeBron James and what he's tried creating in Los Angeles. And he's running out of time. He's running out of time, but he thinks he's going to play until 43. And even if he does, what does he look like, even next year? So I said this to you last night. And I was like, well, what if he becomes the ring chaser and not someone else coming to him to be the ring chaser? And
that's not ever going to happen.
It's probably never going to happen. It's bizarre. It's wild. But at the same time, if that's what you ultimately want to do, people don't want to run to you to play with you. Not everyone does. The flat earthers of the world want to do that with you, maybe. And I don't know. I just don't see LeBron James winning another championship like this. And I'm not just talking about him and where he is with his talents.
I think when we look back at the LeBron era in LA, I know they won the bubble championship.
Yeah.
But ultimately, he went there to win rings. And it's not to me just, if you don't win, it's a failure. No, he's had injuries. I think he's also influenced deals that maybe they shouldn't have made, right? Like they had some young talent that they could have built around to usher in the next era. They made a trade for AD, which at the time probably worth the risk because of where AD was at in his career. This young big who most people thought could be the best big in like the last 20 years. It was worth the risk. But the Westbrook deal, they messed up by not bringing back that championship team. That was a huge.
I mean, but even before that, like you said, even with the Anthony Davis trade, you look at the young talent that they did have to give up. Lonzo Ball being one of those pieces, but Brandon Ingram, right? Like you look at some of those pieces and what they could have added and been around LeBron James and developed around LeBron James, things could have looked a little different. And I think when I say LeBron James is never going to win a championship unless he changes some things, it's got to be his mindset, his mentality, and his role as a leader. I think so many people have great things to say about him too. And they go, he's so coachable. He's so this. And people want to push that narrative out him like he's such a great guy on and off the court. And I think because all the people he's talking to, he's building those relationships with, so they're not going to have anything bad to say about him at all in the first place. But billionaires are different, man. It's just a different class of person. You want to say we're all equals? Nah, those people are very different mentally.
It's just crazy to think back to the fact that they had like Lonzo and B.I.
That's what I'm saying.
Kuzma
was the other one.
If they would have re-signed Julius Randle. I mean, there's been a lot of talent that's gone through there.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, coming up next, we got to mix in some story time with Christopher Love. We got a lot of NBA topics we're going to hit coming up next hour. Plus, we got to give some love to other basketball teams in Sacramento who are stepping up in a big time way.
Oh, yes.
It's Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports. What's up, Kylan? Oh, look at Dave's in the chat. What's up, Bo? Yesta, Patrick, Trevor.
Hey.
Tina.
Oh, Josh Hart was part of that too.
Josh Hart was in that Pelicans deal for AD,
right? Yep.
Lonzo, Brandon Ingram.
Dude,
Josh Hart.
Again, I don't understand it. That's why I hate when people automatically want to be like, this person's a bad teammate or this, there's two sides to every story. Even with Russell Westbrook, he's a vampire. What do they call him? A joy sucker or whatever they called him in the locker room. And it's like, that was coming out from one camp. And then you have all the media members going, he tipped everyone at Disney World in the bubble. And it's like, okay, you guys, we can find the balance. Okay. He's a normal, good human. He has his issues with whatever, right? Like whatever. But then with LeBron James, you hear these things and then you hear a lot of people, especially media members, that he talks to and has relationships with, like, oh no, he's such a good person. He's such a good teammate. Everyone likes him. But I'm like, then why hasn't anything ever worked, really? In his later years, at least, when he's had more and more power. Yeah. Think about the years he didn't have power in Miami. Why were those
worked out pretty well?
Year? Right.
Well, and that's why I think the LeBron conversation is so complicated because no one denies his greatness. Such a talent, dude. What he's accomplished in the league has been absurd, but there's stuff that comes with it too.
For sure.
Just like in life, man. There's good, there's bad.
Just like life.
Yeah, man. Appreciate Mello saying love the DNM show.
Oh,
Corey
thanks.
says there should be 10,000 people watching the show. It's gonna take some time. Got to build this new channel up, so it's gonna take time to build this community. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here.
Thank you guys for joining, starting to grow this thing. Like we said, it's like starting from the ground up with this slot, with this channel. So thanks for being here. Thank you so much.
Can't wait to see what kind of stories Chris has today. He's probably been kind of. I can't imagine what's in his just file.
It's not even
after
Morbid
not
Monday.
doing it yesterday. Yeah, it's gonna be.
It has been a while. Did I talk about the missing man who was found in China?
No.
Is it depressing?
Which is there a good one?
A good one or like
Because I think we should end on the good one.
I wouldn't say good, but I would say interesting.
Okay.
Like it's not bad.
I love it. You're sold. I'm not sold at all. Like
it's not like oh man.
I would love to hear like there was something about a giant ice cream sundae with donuts on top, and
we'll do that for story time with Morgan Reagan.
Sounds.
I do have a visual one for you guys too, so I'll be sending you the.
Oh God!
I'll be sending something.
If anything with blood, I don't.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
A couple of notes, by the way, for the YouTube chat. We're going to say this once we're back too. 1 p.m. tomorrow, Bobby Jackson.
Let's.
Sixth man of the year. He's now the head coach of the Stockton Kings, but he's obviously been coaching up Nemias Queta, Keon Ellis. He also obviously watches Sacramento too. So I'd love to get his perspective on how things are going. And then Friday, Kings Roundtable's back.
Hell yeah. Yes.
But
it's not with Chris.
Frankie Carticelli will be here.
Yep.
We also have Mark Campbell, the Sac State women's basketball head coach, and then David Patrick, the Sac State men's basketball head coach.
Hell yeah.
So we'll have both those guys.
I know that Frankie Carticelli doesn't like us calling him Cowboy that much.
Yeah.
So I think I should start going with Frankie Carticelli's mom's son.
I like that.
I like it. The Cowboy.
Frankie Carticelli's mom's son, the Cowboy.
The
Frankie
Cowboy.
Carticelli. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just looking at two things really quick too. Or actually one thing. Malika Andrews was wearing a suit on ESPN that I'm wearing on Friday. Boom.
No one cares.
It's Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo.
Sactown Sports.
All right. I was mean to Morgan on the YouTube chat during the
you.
break, so I have to apologize. Morgan wanted everyone to know that Malika Andrews is wearing a certain suit today on NBA Today. And Morgan says, I am wearing the same one this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, cool. Congrats. That's awesome.
I mean, it just like makes me feel good about my outfit choices as
Have some confidence in your outfit
TV
choices.
person. Well, that's the thing, Deuce. It's not easy when you have, and I'm not complaining about this at all, but when you have multiple jobs, these people have stylists. That is their job. They get paid one salary to be a stylist. I have to be my own stylist. And the fact that I'm picking out things that a stylist that is getting paid a full salary for, feeling pretty good. So thanks for validating my feelings.
High maintenance over here. Whew. Okay. A couple of notes before we move forward.
That pimple keeps getting bigger.
Tomorrow around this time, we'll be getting ready to talk to a former sixth man of the year in the NBA. One of my favorite Kings players of all time, Bobby Jackson will be on the show tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
At 1 p.m. He's also the Stockton Kings head coach. I want to get his perspective on what Sacramento's been doing this year and also what some of the guys in Stockton are doing, including the Mias Queta and the rookie Keon Ellis, who was off. We watched him yesterday. That's why we missed the show yesterday. We were doing a Stockton Kings broadcast. Keon Ellis looked awesome.
He looked like probably one of his best games that I've seen in person with him. Really good.
And then Friday, super excited to talk to two head coaches in Sacramento. Mark Campbell, the Sac State women's head coach. They just won the Big Sky. They're getting ready for the Big Sky tournament. And then David Patrick, who has just turned around the Sac State men's program. He's their head coach.
Yep.
He is joining us on Friday as well, plus the Kings Roundtable. It's a big week. And Sactown Sports announced today, home of the San Francisco 49ers.
Let's
go. What a great time. Of course, we're live and local from 6A to 6P. Coming up next hour, we'll be talking a ton of Kings and NBA. But now it's time to buckle up, everybody.
Whew.
We debuted this a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Christopher Laud loves bringing weird stories to the table.
He sure does.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if we're going to fit that in. And we figured, no, this is how we fit it in.
Yep.
Story time with Chris Verlod, baby. Let's go.
This program announcement.
It's that time of the day where Chris Verlod gives you the stories that you need to hear. Or maybe not. Story time.
With Chris Verlod, baby!
Okay, so I've been told to make it less morbid, but
what?
I'm going to say here, let's just get into it.
Oh, God.
This takes place in Changchun, China.
Okay.
This is from Yahoo News Australia. Authorities in Changchun on Wednesday reported to an area where villagers called about an older man behaving abnormally. The man refused to answer any questions, so police could not determine his identity. Police suspected he might be Zhao Kanglo, a man who went missing in 2014 after escaping a hospital that his nursing home sent him to. Zhao's grandson happened to see a missing persons poster for the man and noticed his likeness to his grandfather. When he met the man began crying and he was able to write out the names of his family. But there is a surprise to this meeting.
Oh, no.
The reason why you might be asking, like, why isn't the family looking for him? Because he went missing in 2014.
Yeah.
Why did they just stop looking? That's because in 2014, he died. Or they thought he died.
Whoa. Oh, my God. Could you imagine?
There was a man believed to be Zhao that was killed in a car accident in 2014. The body was identified as Zhao by villagers, Zhao's cousin, niece, and nephew. His nephew reportedly declined an autopsy, and the body was sent for cremation. At the time, the DNA testing for non-immediate family members was unavailable. So now the police are working on finding out who the man that they cremated was. Luckily for them, they still have DNA from that case, and they're checking it out. But as of right now, they don't know who that was.
So what's he been doing since 2014?
Then he's been homeless, like just walking around.
Was he even in this accident and just not
No,
found?
he wasn't there. He escaped the hospital.
That is insane.
Then there was an accident. They're like, hey, we think it was him. They
Got
checked
it.
the body.
Insane. That is insane. Could you imagine if you found out, like, I don't. You remember,
who?
I'm just trying to say, like, a relative. Imagine, your horse. You had a horse that died.
Okay.
And it turns out all of a sudden your house, you hear, and it was Bullseye.
A little different than a human being.
No,
but
but
yeah,
how wild
still-
would that be? Would you be like, oh my God?
Yeah, no, I'd be like, ghost horse.
Would you hop on?
No, I'd be like, this thing is gonna kill me.
Okay, what if it was a relative that you thought was dead?
I would kill him.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'd be like, you're dead. You're not supposed to be here.
And boom, that is a great way to be on Storytime with Christopher Laud.
Oh, okay.
Baby.
What's next on
by doing that,
Storytime?
got it.
How about we go to Puno, Peru?
Okay,
Let's
go to
go.
Peru. I've heard great things
This
about
is from
Peru.
comes from the Independent UK.
One of our listeners actually is from lives in Peru.
Oh,
maybe they know the story. An 800-year-old mummy was discovered by authorities in Puno, Peru.
Huh?
After they spotted it in a cooler next to three men having some beers. Julio Cesar told the police that the mummy belonged to his family and he just wanted to show it off to his friends.
I get it. You're having some drinks with the boys. Hey, come check out. We got this 800-year-old mummy, man. No, you don't.
Oh, you don't believe me?
Hey, you want a beer? Open the cooler. He opens. Oh my God! What is that? Hell no! I'm out.
The man said that his father bought the mummy for 2,000 Peruvian sol, or about $527, 40 years ago. The Ministry
That's a lot of money for.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The Ministry of Culture said the mummy is an important pre-Hispanic cultural asset and was seized by authorities.
Oh, man.
And they're trying to decide what to do with it next.
Okay.
Would you like to buy a mummy if we had like a mummy in studio? Or
So, no, this is okay. But just going off this story, Chris, I forget what culture it is, but I saw a story that they take out their dead relatives they like mummify them. Same thing. They take them out every year and bring them out.
I've seen that too.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
But like maybe that's how they bought
I understand
someone's dead grandma.
And I appreciate everyone's traditions. There's no chance.
If I could make money off of my dead grandma being mummified, I would sell my dead grandma. Yes, correct.
Now I'm the one that's being dark.
Yeah,
huh?
come on. Wait, would you?
No.
Really?
That's my grandma.
But
you would sell your grandma, Morgan. Just
mummified body. Yes.
Morgan.
Come on.
You're not being serious.
You know I'm being serious.
Okay. Also, it's weird because your grandma's still alive and you're talking about this. Go ahead, Chris.
All right, let's go with the last one. I said that there would be some visual cases, so I just texted you the picture.
Oh God!
This comes from Mexico City.
Oh,
This is CBS News. The president of Mexico posted on social media this weekend a picture of what he believes is an alush. Do you guys see the picture there?
Oh God!
That's scary, dude.
So the alush is a mythological woodland spirit, like what people think of as elves. So President Andres Manuel López Obrador tweeted out Saturday that the photo was taken by an engineer and it appears to be an alush. The alushes are small mischievous creatures in Mayan folklore that inhibit the fields and are prone to playing tricks on people, like hiding things. So after seeing this picture taken by this engineer, do you guys believe in alushes?
Yes.
No?
Okay, here's my thing with any of these weird sightings. From UFOs to, hey, there's this crazy thing I saw at night. We never get good, clear footage. Bigfoot. It's always something like far away and grainy that you have to stare and go, what do you think? That's the problem. The day you give me a high resolution photo, something that's cut, and don't say, oh, it's really hard. Oh, really? I pop a vitamin, watch Netflix at night. You know what I see?
What do you see?
I see a cheetah hunting something in the wild. I see people.
But those people are staying there for weeks and understanding what these cheetahs
So set up a whole bunch of cameras in this area, though, high resolution, and let's try to figure it out. Do legit surveillance. Instead, there's always some, oh, I saw this footage. You see that light? And it's like, no, I don't. I do. Garbage.
And just to let you know, the image wasn't taken recently. It was 2 years ago. It appears to be some sort of like.
There you go. BlackBerry at that time, huh?
Oh, yeah. 2 years ago. The cameras were so much worse 2 years ago. Did not have that technology in 2021 at all. That was a good story time with Chris
I
appreciate it.
Nobody died. There were several people that started off dead.
Yeah. And making money off of dead people is okay. Proceed.
I don't think you know what you're saying, and that's fine. I think I'm just gonna blame this on the sinus infection.
I'm totally joking, by the way.
I know
totally joking. I would not. Do you need me to say that out loud? I would not sell my mummified grandmother.
That was big business in America in the 1800s, and I'm not joking.
Oh,
really?
Well, coming up next, we go back to the Kings for a second because there's a couple interesting articles that came out about Mike Brown yesterday. And what Fox and Brown had to say, and what Vivek had to say about Coach Brown's first year.
Dude, yes, please.
We're going to talk about it coming up next. Deuce and Mo live until 2 p.m. here on Sactown Sports. JB says, love the story time.
Thanks.
What?
Was there something bad?
No. What are you talking about?
With the dead people.
I mean, I just want to be clear. You're like talking about like, oh, selling your dead relatives.
We don't want someone to sell their dead relatives and say, hey, I heard it on Deuce and Mo that it's fine to do.
I mean, it's called comedy,
It
people.
wasn't
Like,
that funny of a joke.
you're not funny, and your nose keeps getting bigger and uglier and redder. And I hope pus comes out of your eyeballs too with that giant pimple growing. Chris, I'm unzipping my pants. Bump, banana. I've got to go pee. Bump, banana. I've really got to urinate. Where's the toilet? And if I can make it there, I can flush it anywhere. It's up to me to go pee. A little rough at the end. What an idiot. He doesn't even know we sing about pee every time he leaves.
Oh, and just to let you know, there have been a lot of stories where I'm just like, oh, this is too much.
See, none of these stories, like, I love these stories. And I also think, like, if these stories are out there, why not, educate people on the stories that are out there? Also, okay, Deuce, out of all people, getting weird that I said, I'm like, yeah, I'd sell my dead grandma $1,000. Him getting weird, he's like the most morbid person. Like, don't give me your judgmental eyes, right?
Yeah, we could get pretty dark.
Come on, thank you. Like that, like, hey, what's the eye roll for?
You're still complaining. Like, move on. Sass says Morgan likes dark comedy. Oh, you're talking. Morgan has no.
What?
When it comes to me and dark comedy, I'm at a different level than anybody out there.
So then, nope.
I mean, it's okay. Your sinus thing's impacting. It's fine, JB says, since the Kings were in OKC, did you guys hear about the haunted Skirvin Hotel in Oklahoma? NBA players did not want to stay there or share a room with another player because they were scared. Yes, I have heard about the Skirvin.
But they don't stay there anymore, right?
I don't know if they stay.
I wouldn't.
There.
I think they're like in like a boutique hotel spot now.
I would not stay anywhere. That's so weird. I hate being one of those people that's like, because I don't want to believe in that stuff, but I get scared really easily.
What if they invited us? What if they said, hey guys, how about you guys do a show there?
No.
I would. Yeah, I would.
And to stay the night there?
Mm-hmm.
Then we're all staying in the same room.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't believe in ghosts.
That's fine.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Fabulous.
Whoops.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
I totally do.
Stand by, guys, and update them back to us. We got to talk some Kings.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Christopher Ladd with your Sactown Sports headlines. Sacramento Kings ended their 3-game road trip with a 123-117 win over the Thunder. The Kings' starting five all scored in double digits in De'Aaron Fox's absence, with Harrison Barnes leading everybody with 29 points. Kings will come back to home to face the Clippers on Friday. You can listen to Friday's game right here on Sactown Sports. De'Aaron Fox was out last night, but the team thinks he will be coming back soon, possibly on Friday, according to Chris Peterman of the Sacramento Bee. On Tuesday, Fox underwent an MRI on his sore left wrist that revealed no significant damage. Lakers are in OKC tonight without LeBron James and D'Angelo Russell, and there's a new name on the list, Anthony Davis. He will be out tonight with a right foot stress injury. It is 1 o'clock. Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. Now more with Deuce and Mo.
It's Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo.
Sactown Sports.
Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan, also Christopher Ladd. We're hanging out live until 2 p.m. Kettles and Rami take over after that. I do want to mention one thing real fast, Morgan. we got to give some love to SactownSports.com. I know some of you driving around right now going, you're just a radio station, right?
Nope. Wrong.
Yeah. The shows are on the radio.
Just one of the platforms
From
that's on.
6 to 6,
Mhm.
right? You got live and local, which is great, but always streaming at youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. We also have a great digital squad that's putting out content that's exclusive to the website. And it's not just like, hey, we're just posting an interview and that's it. Like,
nope.
This is legitimate resources being put behind it. Like today, I'm checking out the website, SactownSports.com. The big announcement, 49ers reach an agreement to air their games right here on Sactown Sports. So, yes, Sactown Sports, the home of the Niners. Also, you got Sac State coverage too.
Oh,
Stingers up. I went to Sac State, graduated with honors because I'm a genius. And Sac State men's, what? You disagree with that?
Nobody said anything.
You gave me a look.
We looked at each other.
I went to Sac State and I did not graduate with honors.
I went to Sac State and I didn't even graduate.
I did.
And you guys have the same job. Interesting.
Yeah.
God, she won. Anyways, we have a full breakdown of the Sac State schedule coming up with the Big Sky tournament. Of course, Frankie Cardicelli covering the Sacramento Kings for Sactown Sports, and then Neil Fergosa covering the 49ers for Sactown Sports. So make sure to go to SactownSports.com. Did I say Sactown Sports enough more?
Say it one more time.
Sactown Sports, your home of the Kings.
Hell yeah.
And the San Francisco 49ers.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. All it does is help our channel continue to grow as we build out this channel and give you guys more and more content. Morgan Reagan, it's good to see the Kings in the news this year for like some positive stuff.
Yeah.
Usually it's like, hey, how about this dysfunction in Sacramento? Ooh. Oh my God, this coach, this player wants out. There's drama here, there.
A fan threw up on the floor.
A
That
fan
too.
all over the floor. Oh, and they fired another head coach.
Correct. That's usually what it is.
Well, 2 pieces came out about head coach Mike Brown yesterday.
So cool.
Dude, Chris Herring over at SI and Mark J. Spears, the Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, getting inducted to the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Congrats.
Dropped articles on Mike Brown. And I thought it was good stuff. I thought Chris Herring did a great job going in detail about defensive stuff and breaking down where they are defensively. And I thought Mark J. Spears had a couple of interesting nuggets talking about how players are feeling about Mike Brown. De'Aaron Fox says he just demands greatness. He demands everything to be to the T. If there's a little slippage in a game or practice, he's going to say something. Having that kind of accountability has been great for us. He's a military guy too, but he is that joy and uplifts everybody. If he has to run to do something or show someone how to do a box out, he will jump in a drill and do it. Having someone who's very strict and strategic, but could come in and do it with a smile is great. And someone everyone wants in a coach. People I talk to are like, Mike Brown would be great because of what I said in the past, of what I wanted. We needed someone who could hold guys accountable and who is strict. He fits the mold perfectly. The way we were run in the past, we felt we needed someone who would hold everyone from top to bottom accountable. That's De'Aaron Fox on Mike Brown.
One, you love to hear that from one of your leaders on your squad and a guy that we've watched develop and grow and mature over his years. I don't see him saying that about any other coach over the years. And it's no knock on them. It's because they don't have what Mike Brown has. Mm-hmm. And 2, what he had to say about Mike Brown and what he brings with accountability and everything else. It's like that saying, shoot for the moon, land upon the stars. That's what Mike Brown does with all things in his life. It's shoot for perfection. So then if you do land short of it, you're still doing great things. And I love that that is his mindset with the way that he goes about his preparation, his team's preparation. It's just a winning mentality, and it is something that has been contagious this year.
It's one thing, too, for a player to say, I want accountability. But then once you're being held accountable, how are you reacting? And it's cool to see that the players are digging that level of accountability. And at the same time, they're all responding, even guys who've been in and out of the lineup. And it's a huge credit to Mike Brown. I mean, we've said this, and the more and more the season goes on, this was one of the biggest decisions they had to make this over the offseason. And Monty McNair and that group crushed it. They landed a guy who has evolved as a coach, who got an opportunity as a young coach in the league. And he was rigid in the structure and not, totally being comfortable with the fact that he was young and some guys were the same age as him that he had to coach. Took him a little while, right? You gain perspective, hanging around Pop, and then going to join Steve Kerr's staff, seeing how things are done, taking the good, taking the bad, and you just see how he's evolved. It's a great lesson for everybody. Like, you can evolve and get better.
Absolutely. And I think, the way that you talk about accountability too, and guys responding to being held accountable, you're not going to want to do something for someone unless you actually like them, trust them, and have respect for them. Mike Brown had to earn that respect. He had to earn these players' trust. Think about the piece that we heard. Who wrote that piece, that Q&A with Sabonis? Was that Sam Amick?
Yeah.
Right? And Sabonis even talked about when he was coming in, like Mike Brown had one way and he wasn't sure if he was going to adapt to the way that Sabonis was coming into play. He collaborated, he adapted, and they held each other accountable, right? And I think that is what's been so big this entire season, is that it's not just Mike Brown. It starts with Mike Brown, but everyone else is holding each other accountable for their actions.
HB had some things to say too. He says, when you come in with a new group, there are a lot of challenges that you've had, but he has done a great job getting guys to buy in, especially on the fly. As the league is changing and getting a lot younger, connecting with players is the most important thing a coach can do. He's done a great job bridging the gap between the varying ages of guys. It's been great to see. So that's cool. How about Vivek? You don't hear from Vivek a lot.
No.
He's kind of in the background, right? And that's fine.
Which, by the way, has also been great. I love the support that you see him get. You feel like he loves this team, this game, but you also aren't hearing any drama that used to come out all the time, and him being in the mix of everything. And I think that's very important. Just like how we say in basketball, how everyone should stick to their roles. Yeah. I think he's even matured and grown as an owner to be like, yeah, I'm going to play more in this role.
Yeah. I mean, you hope that you can learn from it, because it's typical with new owners in the league. Sure. They come in and it's just like, hands on. I just spent a lot of money on this. I want to do this. I'm going to do something differently. And it's like, whoa. Take a step back, man.
Yeah.
Build this out right. Here's what Vivek had to say about Mike Brown. He's done this by demanding radical accountability from his players, coupled with radical love and support for them at the same time. I don't believe there's a harder working coach in the association. He has a 24/7 obsession for excellence, combined with a sense of urgency and attention to detail that can be seen in his practices, games, and off-court interactions with players and basketball staff. While we recognize our work is not done, there is no question in my mind that Mike has earned the right to be coach of the year. That's Vivek Ranadive.
And obviously he's going to say that, but he's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong.
It's a good breakdown.
It's a great breakdown. I just... You can feel the love with this organization. Deuce, you and I are obviously at all the Stockton Kings home games, calling the games on the broadcast. And we've seen over this season, more than other seasons, coaches, players coming on through, watching the G League squad play their game. And you can feel not only their love of that they're part of the organization too, but that's my whole point. It's like love for everyone within this entire Kings family.
I think the other thing too, how Mike is connected with this city, and he's making it a point. Like, he's at high school games. He's showing up at high school football games, basketball games. On one of his off nights, Mike Brown's checking out a Sac State game.
So cool.
And he's talking about it. He's giving love to things that people in this town care about.
Yeah.
Like, people in this town care about the community. It's a different city, right? It's not this huge town, right? They care about Sacramento. Like, we do take pride in it. And he's found ways to talk about other things besides Sacramento. He's acknowledging other things happening. He's giving love to G-Man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just cool. God. And I think that just breeds like a positive environment with this team. So I just thought it was really cool to see Mike Brown get some national love from Mark Spears. And then in SI too.
Yeah, and I think in that SI piece when he was talking a little bit about it felt like it was more of a technical conversation, right? They were talking about their defense and he's just breaking things down, so transparent, so honest about his team. And that's what I love about him too, is that he doesn't need to hide anything. He's not like, oh, if I tell you this, I'm giving away my game plan. It's like, no, if you're smart enough, you're going to know this game plan just by watching the film. So why not just be talking about it, and why not talk about it and then even find other ways to be better so teams still can't stop you. That's what De'Aaron Fox has done with his entire game as an individual.
We have to take a break on the radio side, but it's only a 1-minute break.
Oh.
So you actually don't need to go anywhere. Make sure to know that we're always live too at youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. It's Deuce and Mo. What's up, chat? Here's an interesting question from SLP George. Do you guys think Bagley would have turned out differently with Brown on his first year? Or was it always meant to be well, I don't think it was always meant to be a train wreck, to be honest. Ooh, I forgot about this. Look at what we have coming up. We have AEW tickets to give away in a little bit. Okay.
Chris.
Hey. Chris. Here's my thing with the Niner stuff.
Yeah.
Let's present it better. We need a framed jersey. We're just like throwing clothes on the studio.
This isn't Chris's fault.
I know.
But
I know. I'm making jokes about it.
Yeah. No, well, what's funny? Even when I was out in the hallway, I'm like, we can do better.
Yeah.
Like there's just
let's start just redecorating ourselves, we just
trust me, I was gonna tell Bry Guy, I was gonna tell him that I'll help him make his office prettier because he's just moved in. No,
Morgan will say, Malika Andrews stylist picked the same dress as mine. I can make your office better.
My interior
Morgan goes
decor.
in there and goes, all right, Brian, I can redo your office. The budget's $10,000.
No.
Here's what we can do.
I could do it for like $300. I can make him I just want him to feel like good in there. No, everyone should feel good in their office.
All right, stand by.
It's Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo.
Sactown Sports.
Coming up at 2, we got Cattles and Rami. They'll be talking about what went down last night in the NBA, including the Kings winning their 4th consecutive game. Without De'Aaron Fox, the Kings go to OKC, complete the sweep. Now they get a few days off and get ready for a Friday night rematch with the LA Clippers. I swear, you're with me on this, right?
Okay, tell me first.
You want the Clippers to play Kawhi and Paul George on that Friday night. You don't need a load management game. You want that to be full strength, going head to head like they did on last week in LA where they went to double OT.
I want that for a couple reasons. One of the reasons because it's a real test, right? Like you get to measure out the game better going, oh, okay, this is what it would be like. You're seeing them play a second game against each other within a week. Sure. So that's one reason. But another reason, just as a basketball fan,
yeah,
Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are fun to watch. And it's even more fun to watch when you see a team that you root for find ways to stop them, to play good defense on them, to slow them down. So yes, it is enjoyable basketball and I want them out there.
I'm curious how they're going to approach it just because they are going to be on the second night of a back-to-back. And
yeah, maybe no Kawhi.
You got to do it. At some point, you got to start playing back-to-backs,
I know.
right? Or does it not that matter? I mean, I guess you don't play back-to-backs in the playoffs, so I guess it doesn't matter. You just want him fresh for the playoffs. And this is a path that the Raptors did before, and that led to a championship.
That's the goal, Deuce. And people are handing them the championship trophy.
Well, they're 0-3 coming out of the break. Losses to Sacramento in double overtime. Denver in overtime. They lost at home to Minnesota, who the Kings play on Saturday night. A tough back-to-back with the Clippers and T-Wolves in town.
Is Zubats back?
Yeah, he came back last night.
Okay, he came back last night. Okay. Yeah, because I look at that situation with him and obviously how we saw Mason Plumlee as one of the backups for their big when Zubats was out. It wasn't pretty. And I think it was interesting to see too, because in Sacramento, the amount of times that we had people here, I mean, I had said it even a few times, like, hey, Mason Plumlee in the trade deadline, like in the buyout market, like let's see what we can do there, because you're not playing guys down your bench anyway. And the grass isn't always greener on the other side, right? Like you're seeing it right now with the Clippers. It's not like he's making a huge impact. I think someone that you are seeing make a big impact is like Jared Vanderbilt. And that's where you're like, man, why couldn't they get them? It takes two teams to tango.
I think the other thing too, with all these trades, like I like the trades that the Clippers made. They added to their team, but when you add Plumlee, Bones Highland, Eric Gordon, who am I missing? There's another one I'm missing right now. I can't think off the top of my head.
Wait, that's going to bother me. Hold on. I got it. I've got it. Nope. Don't go anywhere.
Kawhi Leonard.
No.
Paul George.
Russell
Westbrook. The obvious one. The Russell Westbrook edition is one that I completely forgot about for some bizarre reason. My point, though, is when you add those players, obviously they're talented, but you're trying to fit them in late in the year.
Mm-hmm. You are trying to fit them in late in the year, but at the same time, it's not like Kawhi Leonard was playing all year.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It makes it hard, though. You're trying to build the chemistry, and it's like, hey, we've got 20 games to figure it out. And, oh, by the way, we need to win these games. And I think that's been a challenge for them, obviously.
Yeah, an obvious challenge. At the same time, too, will it be one of those seasons where it works out for them and then people start going, is that the direction we go? Load management, save guys' legs until the end, especially if they're older like LeBron James. It's awful for the NBA. These guys are just trying to win championships. So how they go about stopping that, we'll just see what happens with this Clipper squad.
I do love the fact that, like, in the NBA, in Sacramento, it's always Kings. Like, oh my God, this is where they're at for obvious reasons. They're the number 3 seed. No one predicted that. But it's funny when we start talking about like NBA conversation. Could you imagine if the Lakers or the Clippers or the Warriors won 16 games in a row?
Oh, like this season, like right now, if they
imagine what they would be talking about on ESPN.
Oh, that would be the conversation. They would not stop talking about it. I think we would be talking about it for the most part, but it's still mostly Kings in this town. But ESPN, that's all.
I think you guys are being a little bit rough. I'm sure if a team won 16 games besides those teams, they would be all over it nonstop.
Yeah, and I already derped myself here. It's 15 in a row.
See?
15,
yes,
yeah.
15 in a row. The Milwaukee Bucks.
So the next game, watch it.
The Bucks have won 15 straight games.
Yep.
And it's not like, it's like, hey, they've never done anything before. Morgan, they've won a championship.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis was asked about after the game last night when they beat Brooklyn if he feels like people take him for granted.
What'd he say?
Yes.
Ooh.
He says yes, and it's okay.
Oh.
I don't think I'm the first. I don't think I'm the last. I feel like people take for granted KD. People take for granted LeBron. People take for granted Steph. You see all this greatness every day, and they take it for granted until they're not there anymore. And you're like, oh, man, I miss those guys. I miss the show they put on. It's okay. I just got to keep going out there, enjoying the game of basketball, because when I stop enjoying the game of basketball, the game is done. I got to keep enjoying it. I got to keep on building. I got to keep on trying to win. I can't control what other people think. If they take it for granted, I can't control that. I don't take it for granted. My pushback on this, I understand kind of what he's saying, but I do think the fans love Giannis. I think he's one of the most popular players. The guy was the all-star captain for a reason.
Uh-huh.
It's interesting how the NBA conversation gets steered a lot because Giannis gets voted in as the all-star captain. Fans love him. Jersey sales, kids. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's everything you would want in a player. He's won an MVP. He's won a championship. ESPN, they're not talking about the Bucks. So I don't understand why it misses the mark. And I think part of it is what we always talk about. It's like, well, it's market size. Milwaukee's a small market. And if I'm ESPN, there is more money in talking about the Lakers, the Warriors,
even
the Knicks.
Yep.
And even the Bulls sometimes because of Chicago. than there is talking about the Bucks.
Which is such a disservice to the sport.
Yeah.
To the league. And I mean, just like you said, NBA Today is on every single day. We have it on in here every single day. We're not listening to it, obviously, but there's rarely a time that I am seeing Milwaukee Bucks logos or Giannis Antetokounmpo up on that screen, Deuce. It's look right now, who's up there?
It's LeBron. And of course, LeBron's a big time player, but like,
sure,
it's also the Lakers are below 500, right? Like the league and its partners should do a better job at celebrating great stories. And it's like, even when you come to the Kings, it's like they have had 2 All-Stars.
Yep.
They've been the number 3 seed for a while, and they're just now getting an additional national TV game on TNT when they take on the Knicks, which, hey, give the league credit. They're putting the Kings on national TV, but you realize why they're putting them on national TV.
Why?
They're playing the Knicks. Yeah. They want the New York market. So even and the Knicks are doing well. I call them the Sacramento Kings of the East, right?
Yeah.
Because they've surprised some people. But that's why they're getting on. It's because, the Knicks are good. And that's a way to get Sacramento on. I just think the league should, and they've done this for years. And I know it's the same old stuff. It's why don't you try to celebrate? You have an undercard, right? In wrestling or boxing, right? UFC, whatever you want to call it. You got the main event. You got the main event, but you've got to build the card up. You don't just have an event with all main events all the time. So if you want to put a main event that's like the typical Clippers Warriors matchup, have the undercard.
Yeah.
Be a Kings and Sun, or I'm trying to think of something even different.
Yeah.
Kings Mavs.
Sure.
And look, the league had opportunities to put Kings Mavs on. Imagine if that game would have been on, that Saturday night game at Golden One Center. They could have had Kings Clippers on. You know what they had instead? They had OKC and Phoenix.
Yep, that's what it was.
And so I just think the league misses the mark a lot of times.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. And I think that goes to really understanding the game, the product, and celebrating it in the right way. And that's the underdog stories. I understand over the years not celebrating the Kings. And I think at times it's still frustrating when you act like they weren't even a team in the NBA and they were only talked about as the joke of the NBA. But now that they're not and they're good, there's such a great angle there. Yep. Cash in on that. Don't just try to light the beam one time on your daily show and call it a day.
And check the box.
Yeah.
You check the Kings box. We did it. We acknowledge him.
I'm with you on that, Deuce.
You realize
what?
The fallout of Revolution is March 8th at Golden One Center for the first time ever. AEW, All Elite Wrestling, is coming to Sacramento. Chris Jericho, the Wizard, in Sacramento. Who else is going to be there, Christopher Laud?
Who?
How about the Elite with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega?
Whoa.
Is MJF contractually obligated to show up to Sacramento?
I think he's going to be a sad guy without his Triple B.
Ooh, the fallout's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be in the building for that. And you can be too if you're caller number 10. If you're caller 10 at 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140, you're going to get a pair of tickets to AEW Dynamite / Rampage. That's coming up Wednesday, March 8th at Golden One Center. You can secure your seats today. goldenonecenter.com/events. We got more coming up next. Deuce and Mo live until 2 on Sactown Sports. Yeah.
Wild when you really think about that, because even last night when I saw in the standing, I saw, whoa, 15 straight.
Yeah.
Why hasn't that been just shoved in my face? I remember it even when they were at 10, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. 15.
Yeah. And it's just it's a footnote. Well, they won.
But did you guys see LeBron? Oh, and AD's out tonight. So let's talk about that for 30 minutes. And again, it's understood. It's understood. There's just other stories to be celebrated.
Milwaukee has the best record in the league.
Yeah.
All right. They're 44-18, or 44-17. I'm going to look over this 15-game streak too, because I'm very curious. Giannis's numbers here.
If it was the Warriors too, it would be talked about differently.
Okay. Last 15 games. Giannis, 32 points. My God. 32 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists.
Time.
By the way, Giannis during that stretch is only playing 29 minutes a game too. So they're crushing it. They've won 15 in a row. Giannis missed a game, and during the streak, he's scoring 32, going to the free throw line 11 times, but 32 points, 12.4 rebounds, 5.4 assists, 57% shooting, 34% from 3 in his last 15 games. That's absurd. Brooke says it's just annoying because they're all like, oh, these teams have the most fans, blah, blah, blah. The media has the chance to change that by talking about those smaller teams instead of shoving Lakers down throats. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like Lakers, yeah, LA's a huge market. They have a lot of fans, so you're trying to cater to them. It's, yeah, but there's better stories. It'd make more sense if the Lakers were a great team, but it's just like football. Like, you turn on ESPN, the Cowboys are a story no matter what. It's like, yeah, but what, the Cowboys haven't been relevant how long? Like, it's weird. I think I need to go too, actually. What are you laughing at?
I don't know. Was I laughing?
You came in kind of smirking.
I was just smiling at people.
I was just smiling at people.
Out of my way.
We got Wednesdays with Rami coming up too.
Oh, yeah. Wednesdays with Rami. Looking out. On the tinkle time. On the tinkle time. I used to have. I forgot I already sang this. To pee. 'Cause you make me pee. 'Cause you make me pee. 'Cause you make me pee like a natural. Hey, Deuce. We're so weird. And I love it. Oh, God. I looked in the mirror. Oof. This girl needs help. And I'm not even being mean to myself. Like, I truly like myself. I'm just like, whoa.
Maybe if you put that Niner shirt on, it'll help.
Yeah, no, it's not the clothes that's going to make it do better. You know, it's like, I think I just need to hydrate. I got like dry looking skin. Yeah. I've never had like acne problems, and I feel like I'm getting like
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Chris Verlod with your Sactown Sports headlines. Sacramento Kings ended their 3-game road trip with a 123-117 win over the Thunder. Kings starting 5 all scored in double digits in De'Aaron Fox's absence, with Harrison Barnes leading everybody with 29 points. Kings will now come back home and face the Clippers on Friday night. You can listen to Friday's game right here on Sactown Sports. De'Aaron Fox is out of last night's game, but the team thinks he'll be coming back sooner, possibly on Friday, according to Chris Peterman of the Sacramento Bee. On Tuesday, Fox underwent an MRI on his sore left wrist that revealed no significant damage. The Lakers are in OKC tonight, but they'll be without LeBron James and D'Angelo Russell, and now they'll also be without Anthony Davis with a right foot stress injury. That's it for headlines. Now more of Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo.
on Sactown Sports.
Morgan Reagan.
Yes.
I was trying to see if there was ringing in my ears just now or if that was just this song.
Dude, it's the song. Every time I have to turn down my headphones. Otherwise, my ears like start ringing.
That's bad. My ear was ringing.
No, Deuce, that's really bad for your ears.
Plus, you have your headphones on full blast.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No, even
I
in
like to
the
hear my
podcast
voice.
studio, dude, he puts it full blast and he's like, I can't hear it. And I think one of his eardrums are like going out.
Okay.
I wouldn't just say that. I'm worried and concerned about you.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds like you're really concerned.
Okay.
There's a Google thing now.
Morgan Reagan.
Yeah.
We're talking a lot. King say NBA. Shout out to Matt Maiocco for joining us in the first
Dude.
hour. If you missed that, go to SactownSports.com. Check it out on the YouTube page too, youtube.com/SactownSports1140. Talk to him about the Niners quarterback situation. Where he's like, I don't know. I mean, could Tom Brady be in the mix? He doesn't think so, but a lot hinges on what's going down with Brock Purdy and the surgery. Had him on today too because Sactown Sports made a big announcement. Home of the San Francisco 49ers. Every game here on Sactown Sports now.
Love it. Love it.
Also, what a week for Sacramento basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah. We need to acknowledge this for a second, okay? And I was talking to Jason Ross about this yesterday.
Uh-huh.
We need to like do a better job highlighting college programs, high school athletes. There's like so many great stories that we got to do a better job highlighting. And Sac State women, their basketball squad, the Big Sky champs, dude. That's a big time deal.
Congratulations to those Hoopers. That's so dope. That's awesome. I love that it's right here in our city too.
Yeah, they beat Portland State. We're going to have the women's head coach, Mark Campbell, on the show Friday in the 11 o'clock hour. And they get the Big Sky tournament started soon. They play Idaho in the tournament March 6th. That game's on ESPN Plus. And then on the men's side, David Patrick has turned around the program. A couple of notes that they put out. Most wins by a first-year head coach in the Division I era, 14.
Wow.
They have a bye in the Big Sky tournament. That's never happened for them before. They're a top 6 seed for just a second time in the last 16 years, and they're the nation's 20th best rebounding team. They play Weber State coming up.
What an exciting year for just Sac State as a
that's what
whole.
I'm
You think about
saying.
football and everything that
Their
went down.
football program's been great, of course.
Uh-huh.
You know, they lost their head coach who went on to bigger and better things at Stanford.
Sure.
But yeah, the basketball programs are killing it this year, and they deserve love. So we'll be talking to both head coaches coming up on Friday's
Awesome.
show. We also have Bobby Jackson coming up on tomorrow's show.
Oh, I'm excited to talk to him because whenever we do,
Whoa, I almost played the wrong sounder there.
whoa, I'm glad you didn't.
About Bobby Jackson?
I wanted to play the hey, yeah, let's go, Bobby. I accidentally hit the wrong one.
Yeah, no, yeah. This is conspiracy theory. What I was gonna say about Bobby Jackson, though, one of my favorite things when Deuce and I are on the scores table on the broadcast calling the game, Bobby Jackson, he'll be coming over because he's just coaching up his guys. And when he's mad or something, I'll always look at him and he'll look at me and just look like disgusted about something that just happened defensively or just frustrated about something. All of his expressions are amazing. He is such a good guy, such a good coach. I'm excited to talk to him.
Morgan, the month of February is all over.
Yeah.
It's March 1st
I
now.
need to think about that.
Question for you.
Uh-huh.
Kings, best moment in the month of February in your mind?
Easy for me. I mean, multiple?
Yeah, sure. But if you could have to pick one, you're all right, this is the number one moment for me in the month of
I was
February.
just mentioning that there are multiple for me, but I'm going to pick one, so don't you worry. Mine would have to be the Kings Mavs Saturday night, first game ever with Luka and Kyrie playing together, because obviously the night before Luka wasn't playing. So that first night that they were playing together, you and I were on the NBC Sports California broadcast, and that was probably all together. Everything that factored in was just so magical. Obviously doing the broadcast with you, like living out our dream on TV, is just so fun. But then on top of that, De'Aaron Fox having that like defining moments in his career.
Yeah, 26 points in the fourth quarter and overtime in that game.
Just, I mean, he told his team to get on his back. Let's go. I think Sabonis ended up fouling out in that one as well. And it was like, you just never lost confidence in him and his ability to win that game.
And it was a magical night too.
It was.
The crowd was insane.
Electric.
The loudest it's ever been. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think for me, that game's up there. G-Man's 3000th game was pretty cool, just from like everything, because obviously we're close with him, but to see how the team treated him and they won that game, that was really cool. And the Clippers game's an obvious. I mean, that's
duh. Yeah,
that's one of the great games in history.
Did you have one?
Yeah, of course. The Clippers game.
That
Monk 3-pointer.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
And I love that too, because in that SI piece that we were talking about with Mike Brown earlier, they were talking a little bit about their offense and those big plays. And he was like, yeah, it's not me. Like, I'm getting all this credit for that moment. And he goes, Jay Triano is our offensive coordinator. He's the one that is writing out that play, is making that magic happen on the floor. And obviously the guys are executing it.
That's a good one. The last one for me would be De'Aaron Fox making the All-Star team when that was announced.
Yep.
You know, even as a replacement, I just felt like it was cool to see. Like, Sabonis making it was awesome, but he's been there before. Fox was drafted here, a lottery pick, high expectations. It's been a roller coaster ride, you know, and it's about the journey too, where, you know, last January, I think there are a lot of people who are like, I'm done with this guy.
Yeah.
There were plenty of people who are like, this guy's not it. He's in year 5. It's not happening. Year 6, better than ever. He said he wanted to be held accountable. He said he wanted a team that had some structure. He got that, and he's thriving in it. And to see him like on the stage on All-Star Weekend, I was like, dude, I felt that. I felt like, yeah,
you're part of my city.
Remember that 19-year-old kid who got drafted?
Yeah.
Like that, he's all grown up.
Yeah. I felt just proud, just really proud of our city, of the team, and just what he's been able to accomplish here, because it was tough and he wasn't put into the best positions early on to develop. And I know we expect so much out of a 19 and a 20-year-old, and he wasn't mature at the time either, right? So like, he didn't know what he was capable of, but it all came together and it felt validated by him becoming that all-star in February. So yeah, great month of February.
Yeah. I mean, you're still in the number 3 spot.
Like, if you go back to February of last year.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Don't want to.
It was hell, depression, dark, awful.
Actually, now you're making me want to look at where the Kings were on March 1st. We always do this, and it's kind of fun to just look back on. March 1st, of course, the bonus was here at that point. That was after the trade. At the end of February last year.
Okay.
The Kings were 23-40.
And what are they right now? They're
36 and 25.
6.
I mean, they won 30.
Wow.
They won 30 games all of last year.
Wow.
They got their final win of their 30th win came on the final game of the season last year.
I'm going to say it again. Enjoy it all, you guys. You never know when this could be gone. You never know. Enjoy it.
Oh, we got a nice little 8 to 10 year run in us now, man.
Nope. Again, I'm going to say it. Enjoy it right now. You never know.
Oh,
Things
man.
change quick in this league.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We got Wednesdays with Rami coming up.
Wednesdays with Rami.
Hopefully.
You said that last time when he was here.
Yeah, like he just walked in.
All right, we'll find out then.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
He
If
comes
not,
in late, whatever.
I'm just trying to
the
make
show.
this last longer to give Rami some more time.
And we don't care even if you came in late.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports. YouTube chats. Perry says, have y'all ever rewatched last season's night chats this year? Can't imagine how different our energy is collectively. You know, at the end of last year, I was a beaten up person. I was beaten down.
I think when you say end of last year, end of the King season, because I felt beaten up even after, Summer League. I remember being like, whoa, I need a second.
Sure.
I need a break. But yeah, after the King season, it was those night chats.
I don't want to go back and watch them.
No.
I'm scarred. I want to forget that. I'm just soaking up this because, even when we do like the fog stuff, a couple years from now, we're probably not going to be doing the fog thing,
I know.
This is.
Enjoy the fog and the sparkles.
Like, don't you think the beam? A beam's pretty special.
It's brought out the kid in all of us.
Yeah. Hopefully it stays special.
How could it not? Look how many people take beautiful photos of it, right?
We need a beam counter too. Like how many times the beam gets lit, like all time or something.
That's a great. Well, won't you know by this?
Yeah, I just but like some sort of like.
Did it start in the beginning of the season? I don't remember.
Did the first one of the season was there a beam lit?
I can't remember, to be
Neither
honest,
can
because
I.
at first we didn't know what it
I
was.
want to say it was the first home win.
That's interesting.
Do you have Dylan Brooks on your closing time or no?
I didn't do a closing time today because
I mean, not a closing time, but just. in
I was
general.
actually going to bring up Dylan Brooks
Nice.
coming out of this
Okay.
break.
I just saw him and I was like, yup.
I'm so hungry.
I said I have half a burrito.
I don't want your nasty burrito.
It's really good.
You want the rest of my burrito?
What's that from?
That's from what is that from? Bad News Bears.
Isn't that just the win record? No, Brooke, it is. Sorry,
No, you're good. What?
But I don't think they started it for the first one of the season, like Chris said.
Yeah.
When did it actually start?
I don't know.
And maybe it was, and because we didn't. No one. It's not like it was a thing at the beginning. Like everyone's like, oh, like I remember seeing on social media, oh, that's kind of a cool thing. But now it's a thing.
Nationally known.
Yeah.
Nationally. Don't you guys have like the beam? Yes, we do. Ugh, I just want to brand everything with the beam. They should make a beam store in Sacramento. I think right now, cash in while it's hot.
Just beams.
Yes.
Hey, that's free, people, if you want to use it.
Yeah. Create your own LLC. There you go. There you go. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad there's no game tonight.
Sorry, I have to respond to this.
No, you're fine. What's up, Rami?
What's up, man?
How are you? I just sound like crap because I have a sinus infection. Yeah, so my face is all little puff, little fluffiness added. Oh, here. Yeah. I shouldn't laugh at that. Sorry.
Wow. You just laughed because he dropped his water?
I don't know why. It was just
What
like,
an idiot.
I'm sorry, Rami. That's how you. That's like that shows like. Oh, I feel comfortable. Like I would hope you would laugh at me too.
I should take that as a compliment.
Yeah, like what an idiot you just.
Damn.
Derp, idiot.
It's very bully-like behavior. I never expected Mo to be the bully of the
No,
person.
no.
Dude, that's a nice Niners pullover.
Thank you. It was gifted.
Oh, it's gifted. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So wait, do you have a football team?
Yeah, I'm a Bears are my
Your
number
Bears.
one team.
Yeah. Okay, we talked about this stuff.
I know.
Okay.
I know what's good for the brand, man.
Oh my
49ers
god,
are
I
doing
am,
good.
dude. Brian's gonna fire me.
Yeah, he is, dude. He
He
literally
texted us yesterday about it, and I said I would not be caught wearing Niners gear. I would not be caught dead wearing Niners gear.
He said, "I
support that they're on the station. I watch all their games. I like them. I like what they do.
Live and local.
It's Deuce and Mo.
Watch the show now on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140 or listen for free on the Sactown Sports app.
Is this going to be the final Deuce and Mo? I don't know. It could be.
at this point."
Well, there's a big announcement today. The 49ers have their games right here on Sactown Sports. A huge deal.
Yeah,
I
huge.
love it.
Big
The
deal.
Niners have gone and turned this franchise around. The Lynch Shanahan Foundation. It's great.
It's
I'm
amazing.
excited.
And from what I understand, post-COVID or during COVID, there was a huge exodus of people from the Bay Area
Yeah.
to Sacramento. So there's got to be a ton
Don't
of
remind
Niners
us.
fans.
So
It's a monster deal. And
Yeah.
the Niners have like history here. They used to have
Yeah.
training camp in Rockland back in the day. It's awesome.
Deuce,
Super excited
it's a
about
big
it.
deal.
think you're good.
Okay.
Because what percentage do you put on Nick wearing Niner gear today?
Oh, great question.
Well, okay, just for a little background. Chris Watkins was in with us in the 11 o'clock hour.
Yes.
Wearing a old school vintage hipster Niners thing. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you're a Vikings fan. That's interesting. You come in wearing a really nice 49ers pullover.
This is pretty nice.
Our new boss, Brian, texted me yesterday and was like, hey, can you guys wear Niners gear? And I said, Brian, I would not be caught dead wearing Niners gear. But I will put it
Now,
over.
why is that? Do you have a
I grew up
team?
a Cowboys
Oh,
fan.
okay. All
I'm
right. I
not,
didn't know that. I did not know.
But, like,
Okay.
I just can't
I
do that.
understand.
And I grew up a Niners fan and I've had Niners gear, but then been a cash like the last couple of years.
Sure.
So like I have like an
It's
old
all outdated.
dude. My no, it's like it was like a workout shirt, so like pit stain kind of thing. Like no, I wasn't gonna be that inappropriate.
Sure.
And come
So
to work.
we are the people that aren't team players. That's what we're going to be labeled as.
We're the only ones.
Do you think Nick is going to wear anything?
I doubt it.
There you go.
I would doubt it.
All right,
Yeah.
good. All right,
What
feel
a
better.
loser.
See,
Ha!
my approach has always been, because I've worked in a few different I'm a Chicago guy.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Yeah.
Born and raised in Chicago, including being a Bears fan. But first of all, I know when my team is irrelevant. Okay.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
It's the number one pick,
I
man.
understand when my team, they're the number one pick because they're irrelevant,
yes.
dudes. You know what I mean? So if it's not going to be my team, why not the team that I talk about every day that our fans are going to be, our listeners are going to be happy about when they tune in? I want to be around happiness and good vibes.
and
so
I
if it's
appreciate
not
that.
hurting my squad,
I have a question.
I can get behind it.
Is there one
Yeah.
organization, one franchise that you would feel so uncomfortable
Oh,
with?
yeah. Green Bay.
There's two.
Okay.
And you hit one of them
Yeah.
on the head. I worked in Milwaukee for 15 years, and I was an unabashed Packer hater for every one of those 15 years. I never hit it, never put on any green. And
Yeah, well,
Okay,
if your boss
okay.
is like, "Hey, we're actually the home of the Packers," you have to wear
Nope.
a cheese head.
Nope.
Okay,
We're not
okay,
doing
so you
it.
support that because
But,
as a kid in the '90s, I had tears when the Cowboys lost to the Niners in the NFC Championship.
And I respect
hated
that.
it.
That
I get
one
it.
time.
I get it. That one
The
time.
one time.
But more than any team, and
Yeah.
I talk about like there's true hate, and then there's sports hate.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like the Packers, for me, that's sports hate.
Okay.
This other team, this is like true unbridled. It goes beyond sports.
Who?
They're like, it's like Al Qaeda, cancer, and then this team. It's the St. Louis Cardinals. I hate the St. Louis Cardinals
Oh my God.
with all my heart.
I also hate St. Louis.
Right?
Where's the ranking? So, is St. Louis third or are they one?
No, it's third.
Oh,
They're
okay,
third.
okay,
They're
still
third.
third.
Al Qaeda, cancer, then
Okay.
then the Cardinals. Yeah, then the St. Louis
Oh, it's
Cardinals.
dark and I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hate the St. Louis.
Okay,
Cardinals.
so yeah, you
couldn't-
you would not be wearing that gear.
No,
Okay.
never.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Would never touch my skin.
it is cool. It's a big deal for the station.
I actually have to amend something I just said. I don't want to be a liar.
Yeah.
I wore a Packer jersey one time.
Why?
It was-
Lost a bet.
No, it was the day my good friend Leroy Butler
Oh.
went into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So I
You hear that?
put on his jersey.
My good friend.
Leroy Butler.
I wore a jersey
friends
one
with-
time when my friend went into the Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I wore his jersey that day in tribute to my boy. You know
God.
what I mean? But that was the only time, and that will be the only
See,
time.
if I was friends with LeBron James, I would wear like a Cavs or Heat jersey. I would never
Well, he only
wear a
played
Lakers
for
jersey.
one team. If he had played for
Yeah,
another
yeah,
team,
yeah,
I'd
that's
put on
true.
the other
That's
team's
true.
jersey.
Yeah.
For sure. But I had no choice.
That's
That's
hilarious.
but that will be well, maybe when he dies, but we don't want to go there. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
But we don't want to go. So that will be the only time that it'll ever touch my skin.
I like that.
Any Packers gear.
Yeah. So you understand that?
Yeah, for
okay.
sure.
So
No,
I'm
I
not,
get it.
I'm not a bad guy.
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't know what our boss
Not
thinks.
because of that.
Kings won without De'Aaron Fox last night. I know it's OKC. They're playing without SGA, but all of a sudden the Kings won 4-0 out of the break.
That was a satisfying win. Like, now, I won't sit here and be like, oh man, what
Yeah.
a win. But it was satisfying. You
Yeah.
know, the way that they came out and did it, sort of controlled the action from start to finish, even without De'Aaron Fox. Things got a little dicey in the fourth quarter. You had some guys step up, Keegan, Harrison Barnes, and Mitchell also
Yeah.
had some big shots and some big defensive stops. So yeah, I'd call it a satisfying win last night. And to
Yeah.
go 3-0 on any road trip,
That's true.
that's more than
Dude,
satisfying.
I
That's
would-
big time stuff.
18-13 on the road, by the way.
Well, that one, but two, I was going to say since the All-Star break, the 4 games that they
4-0.
have won. Yeah. Have you seen or felt a difference in this team?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
Like
little bit.
like I don't know, it just feels like a different tier of basketball that's being played as a complete squad.
I said coming out of the break, like one of my concerns was you look around the West and they got star marquee players that have been through the battles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That have been down these home stretches where you're jockeying for position or fighting for your life or whatever the case might be. And the Kings just didn't have that on their roster. And so you wonder if they're ready for that intensity or that type of basketball, because it changes. And it seems like the message has gotten home from Mike Brown and maybe Harrison Barnes, who's the other guy on this squad that has been through that and has experienced that. You hear like Terrence Davis talk about every game is big and this is huge for Sacramento that we finished the job here. So it seems like they know the task at hand and the intensity and the test that it's going to be. We'll see. It's still a long way to go and a lot of tests to pass. But that's been encouraging to me to see that they seem to have taken it to another level. Their intensity for the game and their focus for every game, night in and night out.
This month's going to be fun. It's just crazy. Here we are. It's March 1st. I mean, this is the home stretch here. I know the season ends like mid-April, but the playoffs start April 15th.
Are you guys, yesterday we talked about it on Cattles and Rami.
What?
I think all the different statistical projections and odds and whatever. So one of them gave him a 98.9% chance to make the playoffs.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow.
That's a lock. Like that's as lock as it
yeah.
gets. Are you guys ready to go there? Are they a lock to get in the playoffs in your guys' book?
I feel like the only reason I'm not totally there yet is I'm like, there's a tough schedule and it's Kings. Like you just don't, there's a part of you that it's in the back of your mind. But in reality, you look at the loss column, like they're starting to, the teams behind them are stacking up these losses, right? The Clippers, who I think we gave the championship to, they haven't won. They're 0-3. You're right. Since Westbrook and all those guys got added, and then Dallas 1-4 with Kyrie and Luka, LeBron and the Lakers, who people were really excited about. Well, look, they've fallen apart now. LeBron's hurt. He's out at least a couple of weeks. No AD tonight. Yeah, I think I'm getting more and more confident.
I have an unrealistic stupid reasoning, which is just a jinx.
Okay, that is.
You know, where
you don't want to jinx it.
That's where I've been covering this team in like sports media since 2012, and what I always learned was to kind of push away my fandom, and it was a time when I didn't know if I wanted to go more into journalism, reporting, or just hosting. What was it that I wanted to do? So I was never feeling excited or inspired at games either, but they weren't giving me anything to feel excited or inspired about. And then in the last couple of years, I refound
You're embracing the fan in you.
But even before they got good, it was really just like, no, screw this. I love this team more than anything in the world at times, and I'm going to embrace that. And so then now that they're good, I'm scared, Rami. So I don't want to jinx it. I don't believe the 98%.
98.9. 98.
That's pretty much 100%.
I know.
If you have a 98% free throw shooter going to the line, you're going,
that's automatic.
That's automatic.
I
You're
know.
not missing it.
Paul George is a pretty good free throw shooter.
But to Mo's point, what happens every time that 99% free throw shooter steps to the line and Mike Breen goes, hasn't missed a free throw all year?
Broadcaster jinx.
What happens next, Deuce?
No one acknowledges when the announcer says it and they make the free throw. They only know when they miss it. You drop the stat. You drop the stat. What's coming up on your guys' show today?
Coming up on the show today, we'll talk about last night's win by the Kings and all our takeaways from that. At 4:00, Mike Brown's big mantra going into the game yesterday was be greedy. That's what he told his guys. Are Kings fans being greedy is what I want to know. Also, plenty of 49ers talk with the big announcement today. Dante Whitner will be here at 5:30 to talk some 49ers. So big Cattles and Ramen show today.
Can't wait. Make sure you guys are locked into that wherever you're listening on the app, 1140 a.m., the website, or youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. We love you guys, but we gots to go.
See ya.